meal prep, lost permission slips, dentist appointments, and the dog that still needs to be walked. So it's easy to make a mistake. Oh, I forgot birthday candles. Sit tight, hon, I'll be right back. We say we'd never put our kids in danger by leaving them in the car alone. Oh, wait, since when are candles not on the baking aisle? But never happens. And temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you, and every time you park the car, stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Truth Nation, stand up and tap in. This is 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Yo, I go by the name of Pharrell from the Neptunes, and I just want to let y'all know I'm your pusher. The world is about to feel something.
Yo, welcome back. This is Manon, Truth Radio 101.7. Welcome back, welcome home. We on Soapbox Fridays, baby. I'm ready to get busy. Listen, y'all, I know y'all wasn't ready for my voice, but I'm gonna still yell as loud as I possibly can because today is Friday. My daughter woke up. Let me tell you about this. I gotta tell y'all. My daughter woke up. She woke up at she woke up at 12. She woke up at 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and 6 a.m. All because she wanted daddy to be next to her while she slept. Now, usually, if I sleep next to her, she's kicking me in the head, she's slapping me in the face, all that good stuff. And I am tired, so I'm going to scream and yell because I'm alive. So give me a call today. Let me know that you're alive. This is Soapbox Friday. Get on your soapbox. I swear to you. Please tell me what's on your mind. 833-212-1017. 833-212-1017. 833-212-1017. And I'm telling you, tell me what's on your mind. Soapbox Radio. Milwaukee, we got pain in this city. We got brilliance too. We got kids fighting battles people can't see. Parents trying not to break, young men searching for purpose, mothers carrying entire worlds on their backs, and communities trying to heal while surviving at the same time. But today, we're going to talk about it. This ain't gossip. This ain't drama. This is the truth. Truth Radio 101.7, real conversations, healing, accountability. Today, I'm going to cover, before we get our guests, our lovely guests on, and I'm going to tell you about them in a minute. We got, I want to talk about autism awareness, reckless driving, our teen takeovers, and health in the Black community. I'm Manon Sabir, and this is the Truth Radio. Thank you. Hey, Zach, I want to tell, I came in today, and I asked Zach if we could hit that intro. Can we do one more? Can we do another little?
Oh, yeah, let me see if I can find something.
Hey, listen, he got, when you look at the little screen he got, man, that music is fire. Let me get a little hit before we get into what we need to get into.
Because I know what you need, so I gotta get up exactly what you need.
Yeah, he knows exactly what I need. Yep. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep like Trump. So today, we got Ajamou Butler from Hill to Hood. And let me tell you, I've been on Ajamou since he's been a kid. I'm older than him. I think sometimes he calls me Unc. I don't like being called Unc, but he calls me Unc. But we're going to heal the hood today. And also, And we also have Sierra Lee. She's a student UWM advocate, a student advocate from UWM. And let me tell you, I'm excited because UWM is my alma mater. I graduated from UWM, and I want to definitely tap in to see what's going on at UWM. But first, I wanted to start with something that's real personal. Today is not Autism Awareness Day, nor is it Autism Awareness Month, but it is very, very personal to me. I have a daughter. My daughter is 6 years old. She has autism. Right now, I pulled up a few stats. Autism affects about 1 in 31 children nationally, and Wisconsin numbers are about 1 in 26. Historically, black children have been diagnosed later, meaning many families spend years trying to get support while being misunderstood. Now let's talk about it, Milwaukee. I'm gonna talk about my morning, and I'm gonna start from there. This morning, the reason why my daughter woke up was because usually the autistic mind does not sleep like a neurotypical mind. The autistic mind of a child who is neurodivergent autistic on the spectrum, usually at bedtime, if the bedtime is about 8, that child's mind doesn't turn off for another 2 hours. And there's a reason. Their mind neurotypically processes information faster than a normal neurotypical person. So, for example, this is a clear example. You may have a child who has autism, and they may have a plan in their head. They may wake up with this plan, and that plan may say, I need to go from A to B to C. The neurotypical mind is like, well, I can go A1, A2, A3, and then B1, B2, B3, and then C1, C3. They have a plan where they want to go from A to B to C, and that's it. And then they produce these details in each of those letters or each of those places. So by the time they go to sleep, they're not only just processing the previous day, but they're also processing the next day and the day after that. So when you are able to stop, those children or those individuals are still going. So when your child who is neurotypical or neurodivergent goes to sleep, they're still processing this information. So my daughter, I put her to bed at 8:30, I think, maybe 9 o'clock, which is pretty much a mistake in my house. She goes to sleep, and she wakes up at noon or at midnight, and then from there she wakes up I put her back to sleep, and she wakes back up at 2 p.m. from 2 a.m. because I'm tired. It's a p.m. And then from 2 a.m. she wakes back up at 4 a.m. And then from 4 a.m. she wakes back up at 6. Every 2 hours it was a wake up, meaning that she was processing her previous day and also wanted comfort, because I think she was probably trying to process the next day, because I told her that she'll be going to school and she has a brand new after school ritual. Milwaukee, talk to me and tell me what in your life is your soapbox? Tell me what is bothering you. 833-212-1017. Truth Radio, Grapevine, and the fill-ins, Manon Sabir. So I recently had an IEP. This is her first IEP. So my daughter had an IEP meeting and she's at an MPS school. Shout out to MPS. She recently had an IEP. We recently had an IEP, our first IEP meeting, and it was long. It was really long. And I thought that with the IEP meeting, there was going to be maybe 2 to 3 people on the Zoom, but it happened to be 6, maybe even 7, including, Sahara's parents, me and her mom. And what I realized is that there are some issues in the IEP mechanism that if I'm a capable parent and I'm listening to this, I would be very, very confused, because there were some things that I wish that I could have expressed, prior to the IEP meeting, that would have helped inform the officials that were in the meeting. I do know that, as a brand new parent of an individual, and not just me, but also other parents, that that's a scary meeting to be in, because you're given terms and also technicalities that you don't really know about. You're not prepared. And how do we navigate that? How do we, as a society, given the fact that there are some parents that this is their first go around in the IEP land, how do we navigate that? What do we do? What's the solution? Is there a more efficient way to navigate being in a IEP meeting, IEP setting? And I just really, a lot of the meeting for me, I sat there and I listened to everybody's kind of diagnosis of what they thought of my daughter, and and all of that. And it was luckily we had a group of individuals that were caring enough to know and to ask previous questions to us about her, about who she is and how she's living through her days. And that made the difference. But if you're a busy and overwhelmed parent, then that could be highly overwhelming. Not only are you navigating work, family, but you're also navigating this second tier of therapies and activities that would make your child, your neurodivergent child, a possible neurotypical individual. That was, at least that's what you feel that you should be doing as a parent. But all of these are management tools. So these management tools, like equine therapy, and all these other therapies, OT, PT, speech, what are we doing with our children? Are we overloading them? Are we overloading ourselves? A lot of this can become overwhelming just due to the fact that we're aiming to make them, make our children into are we, or this is the question, are we making our children into neurotypical individuals, or are we just just managing? Are we just managing? I'm talking to all of my overwhelmed parents who have been through the IEP systems. I'm talking to the parents who are still dealing with children who have special powers. These are special powers that these kids exhibit. Like, for example, my daughter has she can write with either hand. She's ambidextrous. I seen kids who have photographic memory, like regularly though. Kids who can just jump up and out of nowhere play a piano, like real life Mozart. These are real special talents and superpowers that these kids have, and individuals. Hey, let me hear what you got to say. I'm on my soapbox. I'm just talking to y'all. You're in the Grapevine with Manan Sabir and the Fill-Ins. Truth Radio 101.7. Soapbox Fridays. Turn it up. Zach, turn it up.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to WGKB, the Truth Radio 101.7. You got Manon Sabir in the Grapevine. I'm Manon Sabir. Thank you for coming on. Who we got on the line?
We got Miss Q from Milwaukee. She wants to hop on the soapbox with you.
Miss Q, hop on the soapbox. How you doing, Miss Q?
Greetings.
Greetings. What's
Hello
up?
there, greetings. How is everyone?
Everyone's doing good. How you doing?
Awesome. Great to hear. I am doing well. Blessings for all. So, my soapbox for Friday or today is that, I am a Milwaukee native, and I am an advocate for Milwaukee, love my city. And unfortunately, we have been struggling. We've been struggling for a long time. There are so many people in the community with their out in the field with their feet on the ground doing the work and all this different stuff. And it seems like, there's not much progress. And I just cannot continue to feel like Milwaukeeans are not doing anything. I know that we're doing a lot. I see a lot being done. But for some reason, it's like this halt, this stalehold that is over us, our city, and it stops us from moving forward. I had a young individual tell me one day, because he's getting ready to graduate. He said, Miss Q, I don't understand something. It seems like I'm being punished for being good. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he said, well, everybody got these programs for people who are, exiting incarceration or troubled kids and things like that. But nobody is helping me. Like, I want a job. I want to do a lot of different things. And me and his mom and his parents and other parents, it's like we're constantly, told, okay, we'll get back with you, this, that, and the other. So that's my spiel for today. I know we got it.
Yes.
I know Milwaukee is capable. There is a lot going on, and it's not that I'm from Milwaukee. This is the only city that I'm residing in. So of course it goes on everywhere, but it's something got to be done, and us coming together a little bit more.
That's right.
That's my soapbox spiel.
Thank you, Miss Q. Hey, look, let me tell you, we have a lot going on in the city. There's so much going on in the city. And you're right, we have to do more. But I'm gonna push back on you, Miss Q. And I'm going to say, what in your community, what can you do in your community to make things better? Like, who are you entrusting with your words to make things better in your community? Is it an organization? Are you sitting on the board? Are you, taking the weapons out of some of these young men's hands or young women's hands? Are you talking about reckless driving? And it's not to call you out, but it's also to call us to account about the things that are happening in our community. I don't have the answers, but I look for you as my heroine to make a difference. And I'll follow, we'll follow your lead. I'll follow you. So, I have no problem with that. This is GKB, the Truth Radio, the Grapevine with Manon Sabir. And I'm telling you, I got something to tell you real quick. The reason why I do what I do in the city, and the reason why this show is called The Grapevine is because the grapevine historically starts as a seed, and within the watering of that seed, the grapevine will, if you look at most grapevines, they permeate very, very slowly in any surface that they touch. They will go through brick. They will go through soil, of course. They will wrap themselves around any surface, and then at the end of their when they flower, when they sprout grapes. They sprout these very, very nutritious fruits that you can take off their vines and eat. And this is one of the reasons why I do what I do. I was born here in Milwaukee. I'm not going to say the year, but born to two wonderful parents. Matter of fact, my mom just called me this morning talking about, what I should be doing on this show. Thanks, Umi. You guys don't have a permission to call her Umi. I call her Umi. And then my father, Muhammad Sabir, he was a lifelong devotee of Milwaukee community, dealing with anything from community issues, running for public office, to martial arts, taking in kids who didn't have proper family structure. This is what I do. I come from a stock of and a long line of individuals that have preceded me in community development and love. For example, my aunt, I have two aunts that are living with us right now, Linda Jackson Conyers and my Aunt Margaret. My Aunt Margaret is turning 102 this year, and let me tell you, she still is doing. She's about 6 feet. She's taller than me, and she still is doing word puzzles and Sudoku and all this other stuff. So yeah, man, 102 years old. I'm telling you, she got everything left. So she's luckily, God willing, she's not going anywhere. And then I have a host of cousins and aunts and uncles, and all those folks have given their lives to the city of Milwaukee. So this is what I do that. I got some siblings. It's 5 of us. I got an older brother who's passed away in a car accident. Shout out to my older brother Muksit, my younger brother, 2 younger brothers, 1 younger sister. And, they always keep me on my toes. Matter of fact, my youngest sister is about 9 years younger than me. And let me tell you, she's the boss. Outside of everybody else, she is the boss. She runs my world. She's probably texting me right now. So this is what I do. I'm here to advance the grapevine of love, the grapevine of health, the grapevine of healing inside of the city of Milwaukee from my perspective. Plus, I'm a health advocate. I'm not the doctor. People will call me that every blue moon, but I am not the doctor. However, I do have a healthy background in science. And if you feel like you want to call in and talk about Ozempic, no, I'm just kidding. Bruh. Well, you want to call in and talk about, whatever. You want to call in, talk about health, science, do it. Call in and let's talk about it. I don't want to see obese people in, having trouble. If you are obese, I want to talk about it. I want to see how I can help. If you feel like there's not a problem, then there's not a problem. But
that ain't no problem.
It ain't no problem. It may not be. So, but we gotta open up these conversations, and I'm here to open them up. All right. Welcome. Oh, look. Hey, let me tell you. We have today on our show Ajamou Butler from Hill to Hood. We also have Sierra Lee she's a UWM advocate. This is Manan Sabir with the Grapevine at WGKB 101.7 The Truth Radio.
Watch and listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Sherwin's the king or the airwaves king.
There's some things I want to highlight that we may not be cognizant of, and I know that some of y'all are going to take issue with what I say, but I'm going to be factual and I'm going to be objective about it because they are still hard at work to make sure that we die fast, we live difficult lives, we make less money, we have less access to healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not just some random occurrence. And they're criminalizing some of our just unnecessary, loud, boisterous, and disrespectful behaviors. I remember an era where black folks didn't necessarily need to be heard. Us being in public and being seen was quite enough because we are giving them more fuel for the fire, especially now that we have, I'd like to think, more political power than we've had in years past. And just as we're starting to gain more political power, that's when they start to take away our districts. And guess what? You didn't see it coming.
Talking about guns with others might not always feel comfortable. but it could save a life. Here's a way to start a conversation. Your family is going over to your neighbor's home for dinner for the first time. How would you ask if there are any unlocked guns in the home?
Hey.
Hey, we're so excited for tonight. Before we come over, may I ask a few questions?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have a dog.
Great. Do you have a pool outside?
Nope, just a big old backyard.
Nice. Another question. Are there any unlocked guns in the home?
Our guns are stored securely, locked in a safe that the kids can't access.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, let's just talk about what we can bring for dessert.
Learn how to have the conversation at agreetoagree.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Yeah. Welcome back to WGKB, The Truth Radio, 101.7. Today we got an awesome show. We got Sierra Lee from UWM. She's a UWM advocate. She's going to be talking about that really good information, what's going down at UWM. But then also we have Ajamou Butler from Hill to Hood. I'm telling you, the GOAT is back. He's back, and he's in the building, but hopefully we can save some of these ginger shots for him. Hey, look, today we're going to take some ginger shots. Before we even take any calls on the line, we're going to take some ginger shots. So if you are on YouTube and you are near Cermak or near whatever place, go run into Cermak. I'm going to give you like 30 seconds, milliseconds. Run into Cermak, grab some ginger, take a bite, and then go pay for it. Okay?
Bruh.
All right, bruh. Look, all right, here we go. We're going to take some ginger shots. And probably we got Ray in the building. You want to take a ginger shot too?
I'll take one. I'll take a shot.
Let's take a shot. All right. Y'all ready? Yeah, just don't pour. Wait, we're going to pour it up. Not a whole lot, though. We got like the shot level. Yeah. Ray don't drink alcohol. He just drinks ginger shots.
I actually drink ginger a lot, actually.
He's Caribbean. It's in your blood.
It's in me. Right. Ginger beer and Crown Apple. There you go.
Ginger beer and Crown Apple, man. That sounds real beach-like.
Man, it's amazing.
Yes.
Try it out.
Yes.
I know you know.
You said what? Coconut water. Yes. Oh, yeah. I want it. Oh, you know what?
This
So
is a big shot.
On 30th and by Carmen, on the corner of Carmen High School off of Burnham, guy has real coconuts. He's chopping the coconuts up.
Where?
By Carmen High School on Burnham. Burnham in like 30th. Is Carmen High School on 30th? 31st?
I'm not familiar.
I think it's 31st.
Southside?
Yeah, Southside, yeah. So on 31st and Burnham, on the corner by Burnham Park, it's a guy in a white van. He has, thank you for pouring those ginger shots. He has real coconuts. He's chopping the coconuts up, and he's like, it's $6.
Yeah. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. Because, I mean,
I'm
in Miami,
spoiled,
I was
though.
getting them for $5.
I'm spoiled.
You spoiled.
From a place where they just fall off the trees for free. So.
That's crazy.
Damn. Must be nice. Slight flex, but all right. Go ahead, Ray.
It is a slight flex. But me too. I can say the same thing now.
We all are.
Yeah.
Right? Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. So y'all ready for this ginger shots?
Absolutely not.
Y'all ready? Wait, hold on. We gotta wait till Zach get his ginger shot.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
We got everybody running around this ginger. Y'all take these ginger shots, man. We're gonna open up the phone lines after this. After we take the ginger shots. Ready? Call in 833-212-1017 for your ginger shot soapbox Friday, extravaganza in your car or whatever after Cermak. All right. Ready? 1, 2, 3, take it back. I put a little pineapple
Oh,
in there,
my
too.
God.
Oh, my God.
Woo, wow. That's what's up.
Yeah, I put a little pineapple in there.
What's up?
What y'all think?
Not
Everybody
bad.
looking real flush and red.
I love ginger. So
Yeah.
it don't bother me at all.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't be eating ginger like that, so it's like this is very new.
Yeah,
I feel it working already.
Oh yeah, it go all the way down. You
working
feel
already.
You feel it going right through your system.
Yeah, like down the esophagus into your bladder.
It's
and
crazy
all that.
because it really feels like that's how actual shot feels.
That's how it
That's
feels.
right. That's how it feels. Yeah, for sure. See, I'm telling you. Listen,
You just put a little splash of Crown in that.
Come on,
Good.
Oh my God.
we gonna have some fun this weekend, Ray.
I don't drink, so it's like Crown. What is it? Crown.
Crown. Drink of Royals. It's the drink of Royals.
Oh my God.
So we kicking it this weekend. That's what I heard Zach say.
Well, I mean, yeah, they got Locust Street Fest going on Sunday. Waving out
Man, Truth
performing.
Gang got to take the
I'm
town
gonna be
down, man. What's happening? You can bring some ginger shots.
I'll
I
be
can go
walking
grab
around
some
with
coconuts.
I'll be walking around with ginger. You got coconuts. You got Crown. Yeah. Go, you bring the coconut water. Yeah. We're going to have that. So we're going to take some calls from any callers that calling in talking about they on the Soapbox Friday. So Soapbox Friday me down to the socks, bring some rocks filled with rocks.
You trying to take your job, Ray?
Hey, look. Hey, I'm about to start rapping. But look, before we even take the callers, I was reminded to tell you, what's your Milwaukee story? What's your hero? Who is your hero? I got a hero. And besides anybody in my family, my father, my mom, my granddad, my granddad, 92 years old. Shout out to granddad. I'm about to go down there and visit him later on the day. Out the Navy, he retired 4 times. Dude is like 4 times. Like, Yeah. He retired 4 times, man. He retired as a Navy guy. He retired as a professor. He retired as a alderman. He also retired as a who else? What else did he do? One other thing, man. But he also plays golf. He played golf. So that's it. Shout out to that. Shout out to granddad. But one of my heroes of all time in Milwaukee at this point, I'm gonna shout him out because he is always supporting is Tony Courtney. Mr. Tony Courtney, he was the one who always I remember him telling me one time, he told me one time, he was like, I was just working just working. He was like, man, listen. He said, I see you, you're grinding and working a lot, but you need to take time for yourself.
Yeah.
And every time I go into, work or whatever, I'm always thinking about his words. Mm-hmm. Like, if you don't take time for yourself, things will start passing you by as you start becoming overwhelmed. So he's one of my Milwaukee heroes. What about you? That's Ray on the line.
Man, one of my Milwaukee heroes. You know what? I am going to say my African studies teacher, Thomas Wild from Riverside. Him just seeing the knucklehead that I was that needed extra help and push. You know, he pushed me towards a lot of the things that I felt like was very impactful in my life. And Mr. Wild was a white man teaching African studies. So that was already like an anomaly for me, right? So I'm like, okay, how this class gonna really go? But I think he actually cared about the students. He cared about us knowing our history as young Black boys and girls as well. And he pushed me towards things like Urban Underground when Reggie and Charlene came to class that day, and I was just cutting up and trying to get out early and so forth. But he's like, no, you need to really sit down and hear this. And he also forced me to come to his class after school and actually fill out my college application for Concordia University. Whoa. So he was very instrumental in, helping me get to college. Did I finish college? No, that's different. I took a different route. But I would have to say Dr. Thomas Wild, man. He was very, he was probably my hero.
Is he still around?
Mr. Wild is definitely still around. He's definitely still around. He has some health issues he's battling with, but he also introduced me for my campaign kickoff and was able to say some things about me. So that was probably another very special moment for me.
If he, God willing, if he ever gets his voice, whatever, then
he speaks very well.
Oh man,
he speaks very well.
We gotta have him call in one day.
Yeah, he speaks very well.
Yeah,
and he's full of knowledge.
Shout out to Dr. Thomas Wild, Riverside High School, pouring in our brother right Nitty, baby,
and so many others. Yeah, that'll say the exact same thing about him. I'm not just capping.
Dang, that's cold, man. All right, so look, we got we're gonna take. At least we got any callers calling in?
Yeah, so I'm trying. The keyboard's not working right now, but
we gonna take some chats.
Yeah, we got John from Mech calling in right now. He said he wanted to talk about who his hero is. So yeah. John, he's on air. John,
go ahead, John.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Right.
What?
What's up?
How did you know it was me?
Go ahead, John.
I said it was John.
Yep, go ahead, John.
Unbelievable. My hero is President Trump, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
This man gave up billions of dollars, took on all the hate and angst and animosity of a couple 100 million people here in America because he loved their country so much. Before he passes away, and he's getting up there, he's 80 years old, wanted to set this country straight. And he basically gave up his life for the rest of us, his final years of his life, so that he could put this country on. How did you know it was me? I said my name was John. How would you know it was me?
Eddie, you know that? Eddie, you have called this radio station every single day for the last 3 years. Of course I'm going to know
5 years.
It's you.
5 years.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's Eddie. Come on, be serious.
Like that, yeah.
Eddie, we
all right. Well, it's Donald Trump.
We're lucky to have your voice,
Donald
man.
Trump.
We're glad we're glad you're around. We always need to see and hear words from the other side. Thank you, Eddie.
That's right. Thank you.
I really appreciate it.
Thanks for appreciating me. Thank you. I never got that from Tori.
Yes.
Right,
hey, now it's time to pay some bills. Look, when we come back, later on, we'll have Ajamou Butler from Hill to Hood and Sierra Lee she's a UWM advocate. She'll be giving us some really, really good information. This is WGKB Truth Radio. You in with the Grapevine, Manan, Sabir, and the fill-ins. 101.7. Take us out.
What's the word, Milwaukee? It's your favorite producer, Meech. Don't just check in. Tap in with Jazz Tyler.
Tap in. We are live and direct Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. And I am your host, Jazz Tyler. This platform is for the youth, the voices of the city. We are here to remind the world that your voice matters. Hit us up, tap in, and let us know what's on your mind because the time is now. Tap in.
You've been diagnosed with COPD, but breathing seems to be getting harder. Everyday activities, walking to the mailbox, going up the stairs, talking on the phone take more effort than they used to. You're short of breath more often. Flare-ups are happening more frequently. And slowly, life starts to feel smaller. Is this you? If your COPD symptoms are getting worse, there may be options that can help you breathe easier and get back to doing more of what matters to you. That could mean walking further, spending more time with family and friends, feeling more confident leaving the house, and getting back to the life you want to live. If your COPD is changing, it's time to have a conversation with your doctor. Visit the COPD Foundation website at isthisyoucopd.org to learn the signs of severe and worsening COPD and the right questions to ask next. Take action today. Breathe better tomorrow.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time, I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more. Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to the Grapevine with Manan Sabir and the Feelings, the Truth Radio 101.7. Listen, Linda. Y'all remember that? Listen, Linda. Yo, this was fantastic. We had two callers call in. We had Miss Q and Eddie. Miss Q was talking about how we need to do a lot better in our community. She was frustrated. This is Soapbox Fridays, and she was on her soapbox. Eddie was on his soapbox. He was able to tell us who his hero was. I was able to tell my hero. Ray was able to tell his hero. So, hey, this is Soapbox Fridays, and hopefully you can get on your soapbox before the weekend starts and tell us what's on your mind. I'm gonna take some comments from the chat. We got some comments from the chat. I need my reading glasses. That's why I need reading glasses. Oh, man. So somebody said, somebody said, Reginald Jones said, big respect for Brother Najib, a.k.a., that's right, Excel, proprietor Excels. Yep. Man, Excel's been, fantastic. Let's see. Somebody said, oh, not really a city girl, said, you're in the health. Tell us about healthy blend fruit mix of the day and what it does for your body. Well, today I had a collard green, cucumber, a little bit of pineapple and ginger. Collard greens are heavy in calcium, so they're great, and also they have high levels of protein. I didn't put any fiber in there, But ginger, we all know what ginger's good for, brain fog. That's probably why I'm talking so fast right now. And then I had cucumbers. Cucumbers in the mornings. If you have cucumbers, whether you eat them and or whether or not you juice them, they're high. They have high levels of water. Plus, if you eat the cucumber, it's heavy in fiber. It's like eating a green sea moss vegetable. So there's so much. There was so much in that juice. I had like maybe 2 16 ounces really, really quick. So I'm on fire right now. Tell everybody what ginger does to the body. Let's say, for example, just recently had somebody who was dealing with a stroke or something similar to that. And, one of their, they didn't want to take the medication. So, and this was not from just my recommendation to go against their doctor, but what they decided to do for themselves was they decided to take not the alternative route, but the holistic route and start taking ginger and turmeric and lemon. Ginger, turmeric, and lemon, heavy on it every day. Man, they're back walking, running. They're back in business. So yeah, it's a good property to have, especially if you're trying to heal. Ginger heats your body up. First thing in the morning, heats your body up. It also takes the brain fog away. So a lot of people, if you're dealing with, you got a lot of women who are in perimenopause, menopause, and kind of are going out of menopause, but are still dealing with brain fog. The brain fog is ginger is one of the best ways to deal with brain fog, guaranteed. So go ahead and pick up some ginger, juice it in your life, and make sure that you're doing what you got to do. Somebody said, Mile the elephant, the hibiscus juice and ginger mix is amazing. Yes, that's right. Hibiscus, great for the blood. It clears the blood out. So if you're not clearing your blood out every day, a lot of times the blood can coagulate and also get really thick. You want the blood to be thin enough so you can get out of bed and get rid of some of the cobwebs that are on your body. You got to detoxify the blood as much as you possibly can, especially in a society like this. Somebody said, Jasmine West from earlier, we had talked about autism awareness. Jasmine West, 935, said, I drove special needs children for 16 years in the small cheese bus. It could be challenging, but once we learn each other's communication, it is all good. You got to be patient, though, and that's true. I got to touch on this. I had a friend whose son was. I had a number of friends, but one in particular, my guy, his son was abused in the school by an aide, and the child is nonverbal autistic, and the school happened to cover up. This was some time ago. School happened to cover it up from the principal down to the teacher. They tried to cover up the incident. And, at first when he learned about it, because someone else told, when he learned about it, he was livid, man. Like, if somebody does something to your child who has no defense at all, and you're gonna do what you got to do, and he was about to do what he got to do until somebody, until his third mind kicked in, was like, nah, let's take the legal route. So I guess they're doing some litigation, but I promise you that you're right. If you're not patient with our children. If you're not patient with our children, and we do lose patience, but you gotta rear back. You don't have to do the extra. As long as you are patient, at the very least in communication, then you can succeed with our children who are neurodivergent, on the spectrum, autistic. You can do your thing. And they'll love it. They do our kids who are in that space do know what you are doing and what you are saying. They comprehend high level. And if you talk to them regularly, like you talk to any other person on the street and or in a closed-in space, they will understand. It's, that's that, and they know different communication styles. So all you have to do is be patient and then learn how they are communicating with you, and then you'll have a successful interaction with them. So yes, Jasmine West 935, thank you so much. Listen, we have Ajamou Butler from Heal the Hood. Let me tell you, Ajamou, I cannot wait to get him in the studio because it's going to be like, I think the mic is going to be set on fire. He might have a freestyle poem. He might tell us about, I'm trying to get him to talk about his whole life in this little bit of time. And then we also have Sierra Lee. I cannot wait to meet her. She is a UWM advocate at UWM, of course. She'll be talking about the politics going on that are going on in UWM, and I promise you that will be a fantastic. Like, tune in to that one. Like we talk about our older folks, and it's interesting to know that this is a generational type of talk, right? So like in my 40s, Ajamou I think is just in his late 30s, and then we have Sierra, who is, I don't know if she could be probably just hitting 19, 20 years old. This is a very, very interesting show. So tune in. Make sure you call in. Tune in on YouTube, The Truth Radio 101.7, or you can call 833-212-1017. You can call us and let us know what you think when we have our folks on the horn. And man, we're gonna make it happen. This is Soapbox Fridays. At least tell me a little something what's on your mind. All right, y'all. We're gonna pay some bills. And thank you. You're on the Truth Radio.
Wake up to Truth in the Morning, 7 to 9 a.m.
Again, I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my girl,
Bailey Coleman.
True Nation, we want to hear from you. 833-212-1017.
Truth in the Morning.
I love you, baby. I just love the different talks, how y'all mix it up.
Truth in the Morning.
As a community, we have to take a deeper look at our family, at our friends, and ourselves, help other people heal. Be kind to people. Be concerned about people's well-being. And I love you all. You all have been rocking it out. Salute. God bless.
Wake up to Truth in the Morning, 7 to 9 a.m.
101.7 FM. The Truth. Homer and I will be the new morning show.
Truth in the Morning.
On the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Love y'all.
We'll be black.
So don't change your dial.
You're listening to 101.7 FM, The Truth of Milwaukee.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
This is Sherwin Hughes from The Truth with Sherwin Hughes. And Truth Nation, you can now watch my show live on YouTube every day from 9 a.m. until noon. Yep, you can get 3 full hours of watching Sherwin doing his thing streaming live on YouTube Monday through Friday. You'll get the same insightful conversations about policy, politics, and lifestyle while also seeing my reaction to the unpredictability of our listeners. So go to YouTube right now, subscribe to 101.7 The Truth, and see this wonderful smile live every day.
Yes. This is the Grapevine with Manan Sabir. And when the fill-ins, you're on the Truth Radio 101.7. Let me tell you, I wanted to address some things today. I had a whole list, but we're waiting for Ajamou to jump into the building. He's coming through. Ajamou have healed the hood, 14 years of healing the hood, but it's probably a lot longer given the fact that he comes from a long line of individuals that have been healing the hood for as long as they've been living too. So yeah, we're waiting for Ajamou to come in. So let me ask you a question. I want to go to the chat a little bit more because we're on Soapbox Friday. So let me know. Walk into the chat. We got brother Ajamou Butler. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. They supposed to. They not babies. No, but they gonna go right back to being a baby anyway. Real. Yeah. Okay. Set. Oh. Yeah. So look, we're busy. Let's get busy. We got Ajamou Butler in the building, baby. How you doing, brother?
I'm no big bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell you no lies, man.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Life got its ups and its downs, but in this moment right now, I'm feeling amazing. I am.
Man.
Yeah.
So look,
talk to me.
I'm gonna read your bio. You let me know. You know what? I'm gonna read your bio, and you let me know if I'm missing something.
Okay. I like that.
So here we go. I'm gonna do a little bit, and you just brag about yourself because this is not just flowers; these are seeds that we handing out.
Preach. And I can brag about myself real good.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, Ajamou Butler, brother Hilda Hood, is a Milwaukee raised. I'm gonna put it back. Milwaukee raised son, poet, activist, educator, founder of Hilda Hood MKE. Started in 2012, but you know, what year were you born?
91.
Started in 1991.
Good teaching, sir.
Heal the Hood is an annual, but the actual Heal the Hood is an annual block party and resource fair offering free food. We'll just say food, live entertainment, housing, job, health resources, and community fellowship. Now in its 14th year, Brother Ajamou is a spoken word artist, youth workshop director, business owner. I want to hear about that too.
Yeah.
And 2019 Wisconsin Leadership Community Choice winner for Social Justice Leader of the Year. He recently relocated to you relocated to North Carolina.
Correct.
But you came back.
I'm still back and forth. Yeah. Back and forth. Yep. You already know how that is, brother. You know how it is, brother. I'm moving and grooving, man. Wherever God tells me to go, that's where I'm pulling up at.
But you know what? The world. Forget. Let's cut this short.
Yeah.
You didn't relocate it. You went to North Carolina, did some things there. You came back to Milwaukee.
Yep.
It's a bridge.
Yeah, exactly. And my family's still down there too. My son lived down there.
Oh, wow.
I was just down there. He just graduated 8th grade last week. So I was down there for a few days, came back here.
Yeah.
And he just came back to Milwaukee last night for Heal the Hood.
Yeah, he's taller than me.
No, he's taller than this room, bro. I swear to God. He'd literally probably have to duck down soon to get into rooms for real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How tall is he?
He like 6'7". He 14.
He's 6'7"?
Yeah. Last we measured him, I think he was like 6'6.5", but that was a few months ago. So, growing boys.
Yeah.
He definitely got to be hitting 6'7" now for sure.
Dang, that's
for sure.
crazy.
14 years old, dog. That's nuts.
What?
I remember when he came out of his mama's stomach. You hear me?
Yeah.
This big, brother.
Right.
I'm talking about this big in
You
my
was carrying
arms.
him.
What?
And
I ain't no way I could carry that boy. When he hugged me, it's he kind of his arms wrap around me. He envelops me, you know, in his black boy joy, and I love it, man. Yeah.
Oh man, that's amazing, man.
Yep.
That guy.
Yep,
I remember him when
14.
he was like this and this and
Yeah.
this. 6'7".
He a giant. If you come to Heal the Hood tomorrow, he'll be out there. You're gonna be the tallest person in the crowd. You gonna be like, oh yeah,
can't miss him.
that's baby Heal the Hood right there. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Man.
Somebody said, bruh.
Listen. So before we get into this interview, I read this bio, but you tell me, you brag on you.
Yeah.
Tell me who are you?
You know what, man? I'm a servant. That's one of my favorite titles, man. I get joy from serving God and God's people.
Yeah.
I am an international educational consultant. We use the work that we've done in community through Heal the Hood, and we've been able to kind of build a platform and build a formula to build successful classrooms, to help build successful classrooms through student engagement, staff engagement, and parent engagement.
Yeah.
So again, as an educational consultant, that's what we've been able to do. I've been able to make impact in classrooms in South Africa and classrooms in Belize. I was down there for 3 weeks with Elder, and then I'm actually going to go back there this summer.
Yeah, I need
for
to
a
go
week
back
or two.
too.
Yeah, bro, I just got to disconnect, and that's going to be the quickest and easiest run for me. So I'm going to shoot back down there to Belize.
Yeah.
But we are violence interrupters. We use leadership and literacy development to help make impact amongst our young people.
Yeah.
That's one small element of what I do. I'm a martial artist. Hopefully we can get into some martial
That's
artist
right.
conversation. I'm an African drummer.
Man, we need to do all of that.
A father, a child of God. So yeah, man, I'm a child of God. That's the best title that I got for sure.
Yeah.
I was told to say I went to Rufus King. Now, I ain't really like King like that, but I'm going to shout us out now. I'm a king. I'm a general for sure. So if it's any tigers on the line, like, I ain't cool with you. I don't like Rufus King, but I ain't cool with no tigers, all right? Yeah. Don't air that out either. Don't edit
where'd
that
you go
out.
to school at?
I went to Ronald Reagan.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, you're not even in
Where you
this.
go to school at?
Mesmer.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even in this
Okay.
conversation.
All right. Yeah. Anybody listening that's a tiger, I'm gonna watch the chat over here
Watch
too.
the
It might
chat.
be some.
Yeah.
I see some K House in here shouting it out. Yeah.
But when I was at Reagan, we was better than King, so that's all that mattered.
I'm gonna complain to your manager. Okay.
Okay.
You can't be talking on the air like that, man.
His name is Mello. You may know him.
I may have met him a time or two before.
You said,
Yo, listen, so, man, before we get into work, tell me about your spirit. Tell me how's your spirit these days.
Manan,
I'm gonna cut you. Let me give you a context. We're dealing with what we're dealing with. You got local, state, national, international.
Wars and rumors of wars.
Man, gas prices, oil prices,
all of the things,
all of that. Tell me, how's your spirit?
Honest to God, and I would never lie to you on or off air because you my big brother.
Yeah.
But one thing I've been saying is that I'm going to start being a leader who leads with transparency.
Yeah.
Lately, I've been tired, family. And that's the very mild way to put it. I've been facing a daily exhaustion between physical burnout, mental burnout, spiritual burnout. Just last week, I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Just last week, I cried like a baby. And as Brother David Muhammad held me up and said, brother, you gonna be all right. We're gonna complete this mission. Your family gonna be all right, so on and so forth. And as a man, I think that moment, that one small 30-minute window I had to just cry my problems out, man, I needed that because it's been boiling up inside. So lately, I ain't going to hold you. I've been drained. I love doing this work, though. Listen to me, 14 years strong we talking about. I love this mission. I wouldn't have nobody else's shoes in mind. Even on days where I don't have shoes, I don't pray for the next man's shoes. You feel me?
Yeah.
I know my dress shoes on their way.
Mhm.
But lately, I've been tired, black man. Yeah.
How do you take all of that tiredness? And I'm sure this is not the first time. How you take all that tiredness and sometimes you got to swallow it and push it down. How do you take all that tiredness and push it down? What's the mechanism? Like I'm learning from myself because my ish bubbles to the top.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then it bubbles over.
Yeah.
And we end up bleeding on things that didn't even cut us in the first place.
Yeah.
So I think my way that I, kind of deal with my mental health or my pressure, if you will, for one, I'm in therapy. Love my therapist. Been seeing the same black woman since like 2018, bro. And sometimes I be unpacking in her office. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I be laid out on the couch and everything, just like in the movies. Swear to God, laid out on the couch, crying sometime and everything. But therapy is a thing. Working out in martial artistry has been a thing. And then for me, as I started with saying when I first walked in here, serving God and his people, it refuels me.
Yeah.
So it is exhausting. So it's kind of that two sides of one coin type of thing. Like the work that gives me so much life, that has made me the man that I am today, that has taken me across the world, is draining me as well.
Yeah.
T.D. Jakes, I'll say this real briefly. He talked about the science of weeping and walking. You can't stop weeping because the load is heavy, but you can't stop walking because you got a mission to complete. So I'm weeping and walking in this season. Yeah, yeah.
There's a detox in weeping. There's a detox in weeping. There's 4 different levels of detox, maybe even a lot more. But it's like urination, defecation, perspiration, and respiration.
Speak.
Urination, defecation, perspiration, and respiration. And if we don't have those all 4 ticked off at the same time every day,
interesting.
Then you're going to be in trouble.
Good teaching.
You're going to be in trouble. And if we're not able to cry, you're taking 1 out of the 4 away.
It's a cleansing.
It's a cleansing. If you're not breathing, then you're taking 1 out of the 4 away. If you're not, defecating in the spiritual sense, if you're not bringing that away, you're taking that away.
Yeah.
And sweating. If you're not sweating, then you're taking that away. Hey y'all, we're gonna pay some bills. You on the Truth Radio. We got brother Ajamou, Butler from Hill to Hood. We're going to come right back. This is Soapbox Fridays, 101.7 Truth Radio, the Grapevine. See you in a minute.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
An unsuspecting driver at a Milwaukee barbershop.
I got an apprentice here shadowing me. I'm gonna put this hot towel on, man. About a good 3 minutes, all right?
The apprentice is Donald Driver.
So when you come here, you drive?
Yes.
Your car got seatbelts?
Yeah.
You wear them?
No.
Okay, but why not?
I don't want to.
But do you know you can get a ticket for that? I'm gonna give you a ticket. Bet you wish you buckle up now.
Oh my God.
Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Take it, click it. There we go. Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways. Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
Wake up to Truth in the Morning, 7 to 9 a.m.
Again, I'm the legendary Home Blow, along with my girl,
Bailey Coleman.
True Nation, we want to hear from you. 833-212-1017.
Truth in the
I
Morning.
love you, baby. I just love the different talks, how y'all mix it up.
Truth in the Morning.
As a community, we have to take a deeper look at our family, at our friends, and ourselves, help other people heal, be kind to people, be concerned about people's well-being, and I love you all. You all have been rocking it out. Salute. God bless.
Wake up to Truth in the Morning, 7 to 9 a.m.
101.7 FM. The Truth. Homer and I will be the new morning show.
Truth in the Morning.
On the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
We'll see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Love y'all.
We'll be black.
So don't change your dial.
You're listening to 101.7 FM, The Truth of Milwaukee.
I love the exercise classes here at the Senior Center.
Me too. I'm trying to eat healthier too, but it's expensive these days.
I know, and that's why I use benefitscheckup.org. I learned I can get help paying for groceries.
Benefitscheckup.org?
Yes, benefitscheckup.org is a free service from the National Council on Aging.
For free? I'm going to benefitscheckup.org today.
Listen, Lena. This is the Grapevine with Manan Sabir in the fill-ins. We got Ajamou Butler from Hill to Hood.
Yeah, what it do?
Truth Radio 101.7. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna take these ginger shots real quick because he was like, "This is a double shot." So,
shot.
And I don't know what a double shot is. I only just know it in fruit language.
A double shot. A double shot is a double shot. There's a double shot.
Double shot. Hey, cheers to brother Ajamou Butler. Cheers to his ancestors.
Thank you.
Cheers to our ancestors that brought us here. I want to really thank you for coming, man. Like I've seen you, man. This is good. This is good therapy for us.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's take it back.
Ha ha.
Yep.
Then they want you to do a whole interview for 30 minutes on top of the ginger shot. My Lord.
Look, I told him before you came over, we might start. You gonna set the mic on fire?
Let's do it.
Let's
do it. I'm here
to
for
start
it.
freestyling up in this.
You
piece.
know, the first place I ever took a martial artistry class as a kid, bro, was on Center, bro. Swear to God, that's the first place we learned martial artistry. Yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah, my daddy didn't put us in there, bro.
Was that us?
Yeah,
that was us. Yeah, that was my father's.
Yeah, on Center Street.
Yeah, on Center. Yep.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
bro.
I think I remember you on.
I'm talking about kids, like probably like 8, 9, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
that was the first place I learned my Kempo, karate, and my journey from martial artistry took off from there, bro. So when you say our ancestors, I really feel that. You know what I'm saying? I feel that.
That's right. Yeah. Your uncle Muhammad Sabir.
That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
Man.
Rest in peace to one of the greatest to ever do it, man.
Man, for real.
I'm talking about one of the greatest to ever do this thing for real, real. No cap. No cap.
Man, what? Man, you used to have us out there bad.
No, for real. For real.
So before we, I wanted to ask you some questions about Hill to Hood.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me. I'm just gonna open it up.
For sure.
Tell me about Hill to Hood. Like, why?
And for those who may not have heard of Hill to Hood, I just want to invite y'all out. We have the 14th annual Hill to Hood Block Party and Resource Fair coming up tomorrow from 11 to 6. And we're going to be located over on Atkinson from 9th to 11th in Atkinson. And we'll be shouting that out a couple more times if you ain't get that. But what started the vision, bro, it really wasn't even the idea of wanting to be an advocate, a leader, a servant, none of that. Like, it was that mustard seed. I truly have seen in practical time what it means to have faith and vision the size of a mustard seed. You can move some mountains, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Because when we first started Hill to Hood, we was just doing a little community event.
Mm-hmm.
We just happened to do a block party, and I'm like, let's call this thing Hill to Hood. Like, and it grew from there. And what really kind of was the pivotal thing that made me say, okay, this is actually a thing. I just knew a bunch of people who was working in like Boys and Girls Club, different schools at the time and whatnot. And they would just hit my line like, hey, can you come talk to my students about this Hill to Hood thing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't know what Hill to Hood even was, bro. It was a block party with like 30 people there, 40 people there.
Yeah.
And now 14 years later, we've been making impact around the globe. We bring in crowds of 11, 12, 1,300 to one event. You know what I'm saying? In the middle of the ghettos.
Who's we? You got a staff?
You a fool if you think I don't.
Ooh, that's cold.
And it ain't even a staff. I mean, Hill to Hood is a nonprofit. Our nonprofit is called Hill to Hood Worldwide.
Yeah.
So obviously we got to have a board of directors. So if I ever say we or the team, I'm talking about my mama, my sister, and our board of directors, and those who pray over me when I'm too weak to pray for my dang self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So when you weak, who's the first person that prays over you?
For sure, my mom and my sister, like that's hands down. But I got some close friends. Shout out to Samantha Collier and Crystal Ship.
Yeah,
them two black women right there, brother.
Yeah.
I done bare my whole soul before them, bro. Like I owe them so much. And I thank God that they are in my life, man.
They're some good people too.
They phenomenal people, bro. I love them.
They're twinsies,
man. They one and the same, dog. Yeah, they one and the same. Yeah.
So tell me, with Hill to Hood, what's your vision? What's your vision in the next in the next phase of it.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. So 2 years ago, we relaunched and rebranded the nonprofit. And so instead of calling it Heal the Hood Milwaukee, our name is now on paper Heal the Hood Worldwide because it's time for some expansion in the game. We just built a connection we got an email from Healing the Hood Chicago. It's a nonprofit called Healing the Hood Chicago. Bro tapped in with his man. We heard about Heal the Hood. We wanted to partner. So they coming up tomorrow. They bringing a bunch of stuff they donating, and we're going to fellowship, and we're going to start to build that bridge. In October, we'll be visiting, on behalf of Cities United, we're going to be in Memphis, and we're going to visit the Heal the Hood Memphis Foundation. So when you ask me, like, what is the goal over the next several years, it's different pockets of Heal the Hood organizations that I'm familiar with. We got some in Charlotte, some in Mississippi. And when I'm saying we, I'm just talking about everybody who has ever launched something called Heal the Hood in their respective city or state. But I would love to meet each of everybody's hand, bro, shake everybody's hand. I really get to thinking about how the Italians built up the mafia and they had their board of directors just like that. And they control the Costa Nostra. There we go. I couldn't think of the name. The Costa Nostra. So I would love to see how all of us healers can come together, share resources, share opportunities, and support each other in a longer term sense. But really, I'm finna move to Belize. Yeah, that's the long term thing. So Heal the Hood gonna do whatever it's gonna do. But Ajamou Butler, I'm finna be on the sand.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the jungle.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been to the concrete jungle and the real jungle. I like the real jungle better.
That jungle is real. They got jaguars and everything.
Listen to me, No lie.
No, Zach, they got jaguars, man.
And when I be going overseas, people say, because I be in the trenches, bro. I be in the ghettos overseas, all of the things. They're like, you're not worried about that? I'm like, listen, either I'm going to die on Fond du Lac from a car crash, or like you said, the jaguar on the beach is going to eat me. I'm going to go deal with the jaguar, for sure.
Yeah. So, and just real quick, and I'm going to take some comments from the chat, though. Like, you've been all over the world. What has impacted you the most?
Thank you, God. I mean, that's such a you know what I'm saying, broad question. I mean, I could say fatherhood has impacted me the most. Financial hardships have impacted me the most. Reestablishing my relationship with God has impacted me. Martial arts and being on the mats has impacted me the most.
Yeah.
I met a young man who was, when I was in Belize, I spoke at a prison. I met a young man out of all 300 of them prisoners. He stood up to ask the first question. Dog was born in Belize. He was raised in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Crazy thing is, we was raised like literally 10 blocks away from each other around the same time frame.
And knew the same people.
We probably did know the same people, you know what I'm saying? But he just told me what block he stayed on in Milwaukee, which was like 29th and Meineke. I grew up on 20th and Locust. He said he went to Cass Street Elementary. So when people get to talking like that, you know they ain't lying.
Yeah.
It ain't like he in prison. It ain't like he did research on me coming. Plus, it wasn't even planned for me to be there.
Right.
So what he told me was he was in Milwaukee for like 16 years, came back to Belize, got into some trouble, got locked up.
Yeah.
But that was a defining moment for me, that me and that beautiful Belizean black man was in the same space for two different reasons. And we was raised dang near. I'm sorry, do I get bleeped out for saying the
No,
D
you
word
can
or
say
something?
damn.
Yeah,
don't give me no pass to say nothing else, bro. Because I get the beep,
we gonna keep it at
I
damn.
swear to God, we gonna cut it out. But nonetheless, I can give you a million things that have really defined who I am and whose I am and why God got me on this mission. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, let's take some words from the chat, man. Listen, so what we got? Oh, Reginald Jones said, any of y'all old enough to remember Kimpo was on Atkinson Avenue? Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah, of course, man.
Of course.
Yes, Reg. I'm telling you, man, it was going down over there.
Shout out to the Kimpo Goju family, man.
Yeah, for real. Oh, we got to tap into the martial arts real quick.
Got to.
Curly Q 227_ says, love Heal the Hood. Where is Zuri? She need to take the kids.
Zuri, wherever you at, whoever you is, pull up, bring the kids, bring niece and nephew and them.
Hey, look, for real.
I ain't gonna lie, bring the babies.
Oh, and also they were asking when and where the event is tomorrow.
Yeah, say it again. Say give me some. Yeah, let's go into details about when and where.
So off top, we got Heal the Hood coming up tomorrow. It is going to be on Atkinson Avenue from 9th to 11th in Atkinson, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Again, that's tomorrow from 11 to 6 p.m. And we're going to be over on Atkinson Avenue on 9th. We got about 50 vendors, different food vendors, business vendors, resource vendors. We got amazing entertainment, the Milwaukee Flyers. We got Drums Up, Guns Down, Milwaukee African Drumming Troupe. We got some praise dancers. We got signature dance groups, some poetry. Oh man, when I say Heal the Hood is about to be a thing, our children's corner about to be just cracking. One of my favorite parts about Heal the Hood, and I just want to take 2 minutes to shout out our sponsors too.
Yeah. No, you good. You can go on.
Man, listen, don't give me no mic. We be like, Ajamou, it's an hour later, brother. Like, cut the mic off.
I mean, I hope you don't got plans. You trying to stay the whole hour?
Don't play with me like that.
Let's
Play
do
with
it.
me like that. You ain't said nothing to me.
We got a lot to cover.
But one of my favorite things about Heal the Hood this year that we're implementing with my friend LaPortia, she has a organization that deals with grief, and she uses butterflies to talk about trauma and transformation. So we wanted to be very particular how we engage people who are first or second-hand victims of different gun violence crimes. So she's going to have this big tent with like 100 monarch butterflies in there, and all of the activities at her station will be just about death, life, transformation of life, grief, big, scary emotions. You know what I'm saying? The kids are going to be able to learn and talk about these things. And at the end of Heal the Hood, we're going to pray, let all the butterflies out, and let that be a thing. So, like, stuff like that we doing, to being very intentional, not just saying, okay, kids, go over and get your face painted and, do a quick little game of basketball, but how do we really engage kids in a very meaningful way?
This is real creative, and creativity and art rule the world.
Better believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, we got like 150 children's shirts, Heal the Hood, just like the one I'm wearing now. They all white, and kids can paint their shirts and color on them and wear them around the day, So it's so dope to see the kiddos wearing their Heal the Hood shirts. Like, that be warming my heart up, man. They got their handprints on there, their name, or whatever they write on there, man. But I love stuff like that, dog. Yeah.
Dang, that's wild, man. Real quick.
Yeah.
Did you ever imagine Heal the Hood would become what it is today?
I did not, black man. But I think when it did start to really grow to a different capacity, it did make sense. Mm-hmm. This is what you've been prepared for, Ajamou. This is what your parents poured into you, Ajamou. This is what your village, your community poured into you. This is what your, not just your biological dad, but all of the men that I call pops and OG and Unc and dad, this is what they built me for. Mm-hmm. I think I'm appreciative of how my parents raised us, and you already know, the different dynamics and whatnot, but we were raised with real purpose.
Yeah.
So you're not just here to be a citizen, work a job, and then die.
Yeah.
You're here to make impact on God's green earth, and that's what my parents poured into me. So I'm beyond thankful for this thing, bro.
Yeah, there was no participation trophies, man. You had there was a real master plan. They didn't allow you to give up. It wasn't giving up.
What is that?
Yeah. They would give up what?
What is that?
Nah.
But again, even talking about martial arts, and I'm not trying to keep bringing it back to that, but I can remember being at Sabir's, we running and hitting the blocks. I got asthma, always had asthma as a kid. I'm last in line.
Yeah.
Elder Sabir ran last with me. He said, because the last person in line going to be the one to get eaten by the enemy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make myself last, but he said, I need you to pick it up.
Yep.
Either you going to run or you going to talk about you can't breathe.
Yep.
What you going to do?
Yeah.
And you ran.
Yeah.
And you kept running. And I'll never forget that, bro. I'll never forget that. Swear to God. I'll never forget that, bro. I'm thinking deep. I'm dying. He like, that's cool. But if you last and the enemy chasing you, who you think they gonna eat?
They gonna eat you. And there's so many people that have gotten eaten up complaining about what they got going on internally.
And it's real. And I'm not taking nothing from him. And he didn't take nothing from me. Okay, you got asthma. You need your pump. That is fair. Like, I can't argue that I'm wheezing and all of this, but you gonna run or what we gonna do?
Yes.
Like, I don't forget stuff like that. Yeah.
Hey, y'all, you with Truth Radio, brother Ajamou, Butler, Heal the Hood. You gonna pay some bills. 101.7, the Grapevine, Manon, Sabir, and the fill-ins. Let's get busy.
Let's do it.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When your team needs custom gear, don't wing it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More is your local partner for high-quality apparel with hands-on design help and services that actually feel, well, helpful. For your business, teams, or events, Big Frog makes it easy. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon today.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the environment and people's health. Until justice stands for all, our lawyers will never rest. More at earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flysshf.org and ask for an application.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols. Sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
Welcome back. You're in the Grapevine with Manon Spear and the Fill-Ins, and you're on the Truth Radio 101.7. Hey, listen, we was just like, let's continue, man. You know, we're going to jump right back into the conversation.
Yeah.
We got Ajamou Butler of Brother Heal the Hood, Heal the Hood, Healing the Hood.
Yeah.
Thank you.
God is good.
Hey, look, we were just talking about how we short-circuit if we didn't have martial arts. Tell me about your martial arts, man.
Man, I love martial arts. And I'm telling you, we could talk about this for the whole entire time, for real. Yeah. But again, my martial artistry journey started right on, 46th and Center, 47th and Center or so, right at Sabir's Karate Dojo.
Yep.
And I can remember being a young man. I was always into the arts, but my parents at some point said, Ajamou, you got to start paying for your own classes.
Yeah.
And that started to shift for me a little bit. I'm like, okay, now I really got to take it serious if I'm finna pay for these classes.
Yeah.
But be it, studying Kung Fu, be it studying, Kempo Karate, a little bit of boxing, I've always been brought back to that VSK Jiu-Jitsu. Man, I got that tattooed on my arm.
That's right.
Shout out to Dr. Aziz Abdul Muhammad, the founder of our system and our teachers, man.
Yep.
Phenomenal brothers. The Nation of Islam, I've always trained, with the FOI, and they give me a different level of discipline. I go into other dojos, and it's too much laughing, it's too fancy, it's too... And we train for survival.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about this martial artistry thing. And I done avoided way more fights than I've ever had, and I thank God for that.
Walking away is better than fighting right now.
Swear to God, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
What is VSK?
VSK stands for Vijitsu, Sanukis, and Kamau Ryu. These are three systems that Dr. Abdul Aziz Muhammad studied, and he came up with this form of urban survival jiu-jitsu.
Right.
So we do a lot of groundwork as well, but we do a lot of wrist locks and arm bars and a lot of stand-up game, a lot of real brutal stuff, man. Yeah.
So you a lot of limb destruction. I'm a martial artist, y'all. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Limb destruction, wrist locks and stuff like that.
Take them eyes out real quick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Get it done.
Get it done.
Get it done and
Get
go
the
home.
job done.
But what has it done? What has the martial arts done for your life, though, man?
It's given me a different type of sense of purpose as a man.
Yeah.
Like knowing that I walk into any space and feel safe, not because of who else is out there to protect me, but because I got myself.
Yeah.
Knowing that God put something in my hands, my elbows, my knees, and my feet, and that's going to allow me to protect my son, the women around me, the brothers around me. So that thing, it gives me purpose. But I love fellowship. Like we be in class sometime, dog, and my man standing to the net. I get to poking him since they be talking up front. We get to doing too much like kids. He's like, come on, y'all. Would y'all stand still? And I literally can't help it, bro. I just be so excited in the dojo because it makes me feel like a better man when I train.
Yeah.
And not even just the dojo, just going to hit them weights.
Yeah.
Hitting that treadmill, you know, so on and so forth. Like going to yoga class, all of that, utilizing my body make me feel like a better black man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing. What has it how has it lended itself to your poetry? Like, I know you started out doing poetry, but how, and we're back over here with the martial arts, which came later and earlier, but how does it lend itself back into your poetry? Because that's a huge part, and that's how you know, part and parcel kind of get into people's mental capacities, right?
That's good. It's the creative element. It's the arts of martial arts, right? And the ability to say, somebody throwing one hook punch, I probably got 100 different techniques I can, you know what I'm saying? Really, maybe 200 techniques if it's this hand or that hand you're throwing with, or, you know, depending on the scenario. And I think that alone, building that creative and that critical thinking, being able to think under pressure in real time, that helps me in my artistry, not just with the poetry, but with African drumming too.
Yeah.
They all three kind of just intertwine. I mean, African drumming, you know, that's a physical thing. That's breath, you sweating, you doing that upper body workout, which leads into martial artistry, and that physical piece, which leads into that mental clarity when it comes to deliver some poetry.
Yeah.
So I think it's also like a yin and yang. Got that martial artistry, which is that hard piece, but then you got a little poetry over there with that soft art. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you're able to understand rhythm.
I love, for sure.
Have you ever walked up to somebody and like understood their rhythm right away?
100%. From their energy, from the way they maneuver and the way they walking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm constantly somebody, especially like, and it don't be no issues at all, but I could just look at how somebody walking and be like, yeah, I'll probably tear a dog up for whatever reason if just because I see he ain't doing this or he not paying attention here or the way he's standing. I can do like that always goes through my mind, dog, all the time, unnecessarily.
So you was an African drummer.
Yeah.
So, man, you got like I
love African drumming.
You're a
but you know,
Renaissance
African
man.
drumming and martial artistry go hand in hand.
Tell me why.
We've been to so many seminars, man. They got the African drummers and them in the corner, and then we got the folks over here on the mat getting to it. And that African drumming, it brings that warrior up out of you.
Yeah.
It brings that fire up out of you. It brings us a different level of culture.
Why does it do that?
Because for one, it all started in Africa. We're just going to say that right there. So when you connect any two parts of the same tree, you know what I'm saying, that come from the same root, you're going to get some good synergy in that thing. But again, for us as black men, the way I view African drumming and the way I view martial artistry, it's imperative to build your warriorhood. You know what I'm saying? So again, in them classes where you got a couple of drummers and then martial artists over here, like you ain't going to find a more beautiful flow. Because now I'm listening to the drummers and now I'm really trying to build my timing and my rhythm, and now we dancing capoeira if that becomes a thing. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, listen, I love this thing, dog.
So you talk about we talk about ancestors. And we can go back into your line. How have they lend themselves to this person that you are now? You're a poet, you're an author, you're a martial artist, business owner. We're going to get into the authorship and the business in a minute. But let's bring it back. You know, who were they?
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know a large portion of my family. I always grew up with a very, very small family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about literally a handful of us here in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
A lot of my family is from either South Carolina or Louisiana.
Shout out to South Carolina, Louisiana.
You know what I'm saying? Them Southern folk, you know what I'm saying? Them Gullah Geechees, you know what I'm saying? All that type of good jazz for sure. And then I had, my grandmother was up in Minnesota for many years of her life. She even passed away in Minnesota. But what I do know about those who came before me, bro, they real fighters. I'm talking about real fighters. In the physical sense of knock your head off your shoulders, but that internal fight, that internal drive too. From what I know of my ancestors, the ones who paved the way for me, they was prayer warriors and real world, you know what I'm saying, warriors. And I think that totally shows up in who I am today. But even in my family that's still here, I mean, you asked about ancestors, but those that are still here listen to me, man. My people got my back in the natural and in the spiritual.
Yeah.
And I'm nothing without my community, my ancestors, my village, those that's immediately around me. Nothing without them. I don't want to be. If I had to be something without them, I wouldn't want to be something.
You look like your dad.
That's it.
You look like
especially
your dad.
With I'll be putting the glasses
right?
on.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me that impact. Tell me the fatherhood impact. That old guy.
Man, that old man. He's such a wise,
and he's always on the bike.
Always.
Yeah.
I just was telling somebody yesterday that's a part of his financial thing. Like my dad is, amassed a certain level of wealth. Like in the summer months, soon as it get warm, he don't be driving his car unless he like finna go maybe grocery store somewhere where he got to carry more stuff. But even then, he got the little carriage on his bike, so he got to be finna go get a lot of stuff to drive his car. But he might spend the next 3 months on his bike, 3-4 months on his bike, and he gonna live to be 100 years old. Let me tell you, if a cold don't take him out of a car or something, he literally gonna live to be 200 years old.
Yeah.
But I love that black man because he taught me a different level of sternness. He taught me about this melanin thing and why I'm supposed to love this melanin thing. He taught me about honoring black women, and I'm appreciative that my daddy never had me look at women in a lustful, type of mannerism. Now, as a grown man, I can totally separate myself from men who may not have had a man in their life that talked about not women in the sense of a physical or even a love sense, but the black woman is who we honor, cherish, love, and protect and respect.
Yeah, that's
period. Whether she got on this uniform or that uniform. I was just on an interview, and I'm totally side noting, but we was talking about, okay, we say we love and protect black women, but is it until they got on a police uniform or until she got on a stripper uniform, or what are the limits? Some people have those limits, not a brother like me, because of how my daddy raised me. He taught me blackness was the most supreme thing we could ever. I mean, he put us in the African drumming. He put us in the martial arts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my daddy is that dude.
Hey, it's funny because we go to these schools and we become washed, you know what I'm saying? Then our fathers, especially if they're as strong as the fathers that we had, they rewash the wash.
Come on.
So like, all right, we go to school and they give us this.
Yep.
And then our fathers go like this. Well, let's take this cartridge out and put it over there for a minute. And then they put this other cartridge in.
That's
and they
all my daddy did.
And they like press play, but they press the button, and then all of a sudden it's boom.
Yep.
It's martial arts, it's African drumming, it's capoeira, it's community.
Yep.
It's you better write that whatever, read Islam
prayer.
book.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yep. And the books that are surrounded in your house.
Cut it out.
What?
Cut it out.
Tell me about those books.
I mean, I couldn't even really get into the book aspect because in my house, like my dad got books like it looked like wallpaper down here. You know what I'm saying? And from what I picture, it's literally just books lined up, dog. I swear to God, like, damn, how many books is this for real?
Yeah.
But one thing my daddy used to do, and I always remind him, and I thank him for that, for real. He used to sit us down, put on like a lecture or a documentary. He'll write out a quiz, and he would have us take the quiz while we watching the lecture. So you really can't get none of the questions wrong. You watch it in the real time, and he would pay us based on how many answers we got correctly.
Oh.
And I can remember, bro, watching these lecturers, dog. I mean, Booker T. Colvin, you know what I'm saying, Kwame Ture, all of the greats, man.
Yeah.
All Khalid Muhammad, in his heyday and whatnot, and they lecturing to an audience of 200, 300, 400, 500 people.
Yeah.
No PowerPoint, no YouTube, no music, no fancy visual aid. One man, one woman, that microphone, and that audience. And I used to be like, damn, that's cold. Like, I would love to do that one day. And here I am, bro.
You doing the same exact thing.
I used to love that. So when you talk about what books or whatever, I can't give you no exact books, but what I will say is my daddy, he put this teaching thing in the forefront of my life, and that's who I became 14 years later. That's what I've been doing, man.
Hey, we got brother Ajamou Butler on the Grapevine with myself, Manan Sabir.
Yeah.
You're here on Truth Radio 101.7. Please hit us up in the chat. This is Soapbox Fridays, and brother Ajamou Butler, Heal the Hood, is on. Hey, you know what? Before we go to our break, before we pay some bills, please remind everybody about where and when Heal the Hood is.
Absolutely. So real quick, family, we got the 14th annual. You ain't even got enough fingers on your hand to count this thing, but we got the 14th annual Heal the Hood Block Party and Resource coming up.
Speak for yourself.
Bro got 14
Somebody
fingers.
got extra.
And that's cool. You know what? That was very discriminatory of me and very non-body positive of me to say that. But
I don't know what I got going on.
What is non-body
come on,
positive?
Man.
This is a brand new. This is Neo terms.
I can't deal with y'all cats. We got the 14th annual Heal the Hood Block Party coming up, y'all. It's tomorrow on Atkinson from 9th to 11th Street, and we're going to be out there from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. And I just want to shout out our core sponsors real quick. 6th District Alderwoman Malele Cox, Samantha Collier with Team Till 365, the Running Rebels Community Organization, Aziz Abdullah with Empower, Unite Wisconsin, Cities United, the Milwaukee County Office of Equity, and the Milwaukee County Department of Health and Human Services. These are some of our sponsors, our core main sponsors who have really said, we believe in Heal the Hood. We're going to put $2 or $3, some man and woman power, some resources behind Heal the Hood. So, got to give them their praise.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Hey, y'all, let's pay some bills.
Just want to really congratulate Mech on this very important venture that y'all on right now. I think it's real dope. I think it's real important, and I'm looking forward to listening to y'all. You know, usually I don't listen to talk radio at this time, but y'all is on here, and it's something that I'm looking forward to listening to, getting some real community on that in that space.
Keep texting, keep calling, keep being you, Truth Nation. Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely, but thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Ooh, that beat is nice too. Man, keep that beat going a little bit. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So we back with brother Ajamou Butler from Hill to Hood. You're on the scene with Manan Sabir and the Grapevine, the fill-ins. This is the Truth Radio 101.7. We're going to open up the phone lines today. We're going to open up the phone lines. I'm telling you, if you got questions for Ajamou Butler, my first question is for everybody as we are opening up the phone lines. Have you been to Heal the Hood, and what did it mean to you? Have you been to Heal the Hood, and what did it mean to you? We're going to open up the phone lines. Zach, who we got?
There's nobody on the line.
All right, cool. We're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Listen, brother Ajamou, tell me about your business. And I know there's a number of them, but
yeah, I'm like a serial entrepreneur. Most days I don't be knowing what I'm doing, dog. I swear to God. But I think I've just been able to take my hustle mentality. Like if you can sell baggies on the corner, or you know what I'm saying, mobile be trapping. You can sell children's books. You can sell, you know what I'm saying, hope. You can sell workshops, so on and so forth. So again, my business personally is revolved around educational consulting. As a part of it, I have 7 books out. 5 are children's books. I got a book of poetry, and then I have a book. It's called 21 Days in Belize. I journal every day I was in Belize, and then I put that into a book form with just prayers and affirmation. And it's a journal for black men. You know what I'm saying? all about my experience in Belize, man. It's a dope read. Me personally, I mean, I think it's a dope read personally.
This on Amazon?
Yeah. It's called 21 Days in Belize, a reflective book for men of color. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
I mean, I'm not really a journaler like that, but I mean, bro, I'm in such a beautiful place that the world says it's a third world country, and they throw it away, and they say it's gangs there, and it's XYZ there. But I'm seeing some of the most beautiful scenery and people that I ever met in my life. I'm like, I got a journalist. I mean, it was a spiritual journey for me.
Yeah.
It was a spiritual thing for me. I mean, I partnered with the church, and we did a big giveaway out there. I met people who changed my life. I'm still tapped in. I call bro and them from Belize right now. What's happening, Rastafari? Oh, my mama, they going to be right there with it.
Yes.
Like, Belize was such a beautiful thing, and I just wanted the world to know, like, again, it's jungles outside of the concrete jungle. That's way more beautiful than the concrete.
How important is it, speak to our people, our youth. How important is it to have a passport?
That's a universal thing. That means you ain't no local joker. That means you have an inquisitive mind. That means you understand that where you were born is not where you were meant to die at.
Yeah.
Most folks don't get to leave outside of they telephone zip code. You know what I'm saying? An area code, if you will, excuse me. But when you are able to travel the world, it broadens your horizons. It gives you a different attitude of gratitude. You learn so much, you grow so much, you become such a newer person. So I swear, if I could get every young man in the ghetto to get a passport and say, just travel anywhere. If you could spin the globe and point your finger here and not worry about nothing, no money, no housing, no nothing, where would you go? All right, let's get you there, black boy. And I love organizations. This is an organization I was doing some volunteering with down in Charlotte. Phenomenal organization. Every year they take a group of like 20, 30 boys somewhere overseas. They've been to Africa many times, Belize. Yeah. And that's how I heard about them. I was at a Kwanzaa presentation, and I was already impressed with just how they was holding it down there in Charlotte. I'm like, dog, this is that stuff. I like strong young brothers, strong black men leading it.
Right.
But then they did their PowerPoint about their time in Belize. And I'm like, I was just in Belize, a few months ago, and here they are with this whole thing. They was there for 2 weeks building and cultivating, and I can see how that changed the biology of them young men. Yeah.
You've been through a number of transitions.
Mm-hmm.
What's the key to making a transition? Because you're transitioning. You transition from from being a poet to being business owner, author. Business meaning heal the hood, to going to the universities and schools, and now you're traveling. Like what's the key? Like, because it's a lot of people that are stuck. They leave. The country, whatever, they come back, and they're still stuck on 9th and Center.
I don't know. I'm just relentless, man. Again, my daddy them taught me that the whole world is mine as a black man. Black man is a maker of the universe, cream of the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like, all however many million square miles of this planet is ours. It's ours for real. And so for me, it's just always shifted the narrative. So when you talk about how do you stick up or keep up with transition, like, I don't know how I be doing it most days. I'm going to be 100% honest and say that. But what I will say, as I wake up very relentlessly chasing my goals, my interest fields, my passions, my hobbies, if you will, like, I'm somebody who, if I say I'm on something, like, I'm on that 100%. I'm invested and I'm enthralled with it. And this movement just happens to be one of those things. So I ain't gonna lie to you. That's why I'm trying to think, because I want to give a sincere and thoughtful answer, but I don't know how I be continuing most days, brother. It's off of somebody else's prayers, and I got to make sure I'm drinking enough water throughout the day. That's how I make it through transition.
Wow, that's amazing.
Straight up.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I fought blood cancer twice in my life. A lot of people don't know that. Langerhans histiocytosis is the blood cancer that I had, and what happened was it started to eat away at my bones in my body. So I got screws in both of my hips. When I was 13, I had surgery, got screws in my hips. I had to learn to rewalk and was walking with a walker at one point. I'm 13 years old, walking with a walker. Then I'm on a cane. And, obviously now I'm upright. But the second time it came back, this was probably like 2017, 18, and it was tearing me up, Manan. My body was it had started to affect my lungs, my spine, my hips again. And I think like something in my leg or something. And man, I had a friend come over there and pray. That's who I was just on the phone with, Jamila Carney. She's the president of our nonprofit.
Yep.
She came over there with
Well,
holy
Jamila,
oil,
shout out.
Give
me some shout out, Zach, for Jamila
y'all
Carney,
better stop playing with Jamila Carney. She taught me the power of healing through touch and prayer. Because before I had that encounter with Jamila, I swear to God, the doctors and them was like, okay, Ajamou, you're gonna have to start back chemotherapy. you know, and so we did a round of testing. When I went back to check in, we were going to talk about the testing and start the chemo plan. They was like, we are baffled right now, you know. And I was on a good diet, had some herbal regimens. You know, we believe in that holistic healing, period. But between that holistic healing and that prayer, man, I don't even know why I'm talking about this. I don't even know where I'm going with this right now. But when you talk about transitioning.
You can riff.
Yeah. I'm like, when you talk about transitioning, I remember my life literally transforming before my eyes. And I had to stay down till I came up. I couldn't let the doctors and them have the final say, so I couldn't do that. And I'm not one that just disses the medical stuff. They like, Ajamou, you dying of this, and the third. I'm like, oh no, they need to eat some ginger and a rutabaga. But I also know that the doctor not gonna have the final say so in my affairs. Yeah. So sorry I went on that rant.
We can go down that route too, because I think I think one of the reasons why I'm here is also, you know, because my background is health,
yes, sir,
and also healing, but health in the way that, you know, I do go down that route of herbs, but I don't disrupt nor disregard what the doctor says, because they do have a specialized training that I don't. And so, and even if I was a doctor, I wouldn't even disregard, you know, somebody else's, you know, knowledge until I, you know, dig into the subject.
That's right.
So you having that cancer is huge, and it's also a motivation for people who have dealt with and are dealing with cancer. Today I heard this one guy, he had esophageal cancer, cancer of the esophagus. Yeah, what he said was he said a lot of people have they don't realize what happens to their bodies when they start drinking, you know, certain fluids. You know, it can be from the Kool-Aid to the the foods, to the alcohol, all of that, the smoke, all that. Like a lot of that, you know, we don't know what it does to our body until it does to our body. And not to say this is what happened to you, but the things that we can prevent, we have to be able to prevent them.
And I ain't even gonna lie, like even with martial arts, I know we only got like 30 seconds or so.
Yeah.
I can't go as hard as I be wanting to.
No.
Bro, I be wanting to get slammed around and do the back flips and the flying high kicks.
Yeah.
But I'm in that dojo and I'm gonna give my all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I go harder than people with no ailments in their body. You feel what I'm saying? And that's that thing that helps me push forward. Because I remember it was a point in time like I couldn't walk. There was no way I could do a slap out. There was no way I could do a flying roll.
Yeah.
But since I can right now, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability. You know what I'm saying?
I remember I remember this guy came into the dojo. He had a clubbed hand. The other hand, he was on a walker, but his other hand was like steel. And he grabbed you, man. He's ripping your skin off.
I know you telling the truth.
Like, whoosh, man, like, and when he fought, it was like he was fighting for his life. His life and his 8 family members. Like he was like, I'm going to defend them.
I'm not losing.
Like you took them out, but I'm about to take them out. I'm about to take you out.
That's right.
That's right. And this guy could fight.
That's right.
Man, I was like, this guy is amazing.
That's how I am. But I be telling my brothers in the dojo, but that's why I be wanting to get down so much. Cause like I ain't got time. I ain't got 30 minutes to be trying to wrestle with you and all of this. I'm finna get my hands on you. We gonna lock it up. We gonna take you down. We gonna hook, and I'm gonna keep it moving. Period.
Brother Ajamou, thank you so much. I really appreciate you, man.
I love you, black man.
We gonna come to heal, brother. We're gonna come to Heal the Hood. Tell them real quick.
Real quick, y'all, we got Heal the Hood, the 14th annual Heal the Hood Block Party and Resource Fair coming up tomorrow, May 30th on Atkinson, 9th and Atkinson, and we're going to be out there from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Y'all pull up.
Hey, thank you, brother. We're going to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Watch and listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Sherwin's the king, all the airwaves king.
There's some things I want to highlight that we may not be cognizant of, and I know that some of y'all are going to take issue with what I say, but I'm going to be factual and I'm going to be objective about it because they are still hard at work to make sure that we die fast, we live difficult lives, we make less money, we have less access to healthcare. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not just some random occurrence. And they're criminalizing some of our just unnecessary, loud, boisterous, and disrespectful behaviors. You know, I remember an era where black folks didn't necessarily need to be heard. Us being in public and being seen was quite enough.
because we are giving them more fuel for the fire, especially now that we have, I'd like to think, more political power than we've had in years past. And just as we're starting to gain more political power, that's when they start to take away our districts. And guess what? You didn't see it coming.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a bright, focused foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Breaking news, weather, entertainment, and sports. We have it all here. This is 101.7 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Dang, we're gonna let that ride for a second, man. Whew. This is cold. Let's just breathe. Before we take this ginger shot. You in the building. We got Sierra Lee from UWM advocate. You got to give me like a real title or something like that. You on the Truth Radio 101.7 with Manan Sabir, the Grapevine fill-ins, baby. Listen, Sierra.
Yes.
What's up?
What's up?
You ready to take this ginger shot?
Yes.
You got a cup?
No, they ain't give me no cup.
Can somebody? Man, we got you. This is my cup. I don't want her drinking after me. All right. Zach, man, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Zach does everything. Literally everything. He grabs the cups. He's the engineer. He produces. Man, it's a wrap, man. If y'all need anybody, that's Zach. Sierra.
What's up?
Before we get busy, how was your day today?
It was busy. It was good and busy.
Yeah.
Waiting for these grades to be put in for school, but other than that, it was great.
You ready for the grades?
Yes.
What's your? I'm gonna get into all the questions in a minute. But is it nerve wracking?
Ooh, this semester was, but them grades
Really?
Not.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on this one professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like you. The professors like you.
They love me. My
Okay.
professors love me.
I bet they would. Now that you like you down their throat.
Oh,
Yeah.
24/7.
Really?
24/7. I don't even be. I'm an advocate. I gotta advocate for myself and everybody else.
That's right. That's right. You always been like that?
Always since a little girl.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Well, here we got the cup. She only need. I'm gonna pour this ginger shot for her real quick.
It sure do.
I'd have had a lot of ginger. All right. So what are we toasting to?
Toasting to this presidency. I just got elected to be the student body president of UWM. Shout out to this 4.0 because I already know it's going to come through. But shout out to life and just breathing in God, you know?
Yeah.
And support and community, most importantly.
I mean, Ashe. Amen.
Amen.
Okay. Now we in the building. Oh, my gosh.
Sir.
How was that? How was the ginger shot?
Woo! That's a lot of ginger. That's a ginger shot.
Hey, look. So, who is Sierra Lee?
Ooh, Sierra Lee is an advocate. Sierra Lee is, she is that person that you can go to when you're just going through a lot.
Yeah.
I think the number one thing I could call myself is a therapist. All of my friends and family be like, you give so much great advice. This past 2 weeks, I done had 2 of my family members talking about, I need you to pray for me, or I'm going through this. Can I give you a call at this time? My friends always lean on me. Everybody knows that Sierra can always be dependable, reliable. She'll hold you accountable for sure, but you know, she's always been the one to, you know, be the bridge gapper. Like, she's always been the one to connect people.
Yeah. So let me ask you, how long you are born and raised in Milwaukee?
Born and raised in Milwaukee, yes.
What high school did you go to?
I went to St. John Antietam.
Okay, St. John. Yep. Shout out to St. John Antietam.
St. John.
Yeah. You got, and you graduated
2019.
2019. Okay. So you like St. John?
Loved it. Loved it. They instilled so much in me to be a better woman, and just, you know, following and, you know, God, and just making sure that I'm always on top of my stuff.
Yeah.
That was the first school I actually did great in life. I got my first 3.0. My mom was like, so we had to change the environment for you to change. I'm like, yeah, maybe. Maybe.
So how was that transition? Like going from like not doing so good to doing very well?
Man, it was a lot. I think by the grace of God, I got to give a shout out to my mama.
Shout out to mom. What's her name?
Erica. Shout out to moms. She just always made sure that I was on my stuff. Like, she never let her foot up off me. Like, it was always, is that homework done? With them grades looking like, I couldn't even, like, I remember one day I came home and I knew that report card was coming and it was not looking good.
Yeah.
I remember I went to the mailbox. I was like, yeah, let me snatch this up out you. And I remember I hid it or threw it away. My mom was like, it was like 3 weeks later. She like, yeah, they told me that I was supposed to get a report card from you. Where your report card at? I'm like, see what had happened was we still waiting on them to put the grades in. You know what I'm saying? But no, like, my mom has always been a big advocate for getting my education, getting myself together, mental health. She's always told me to pour into myself before I pour into others.
Yeah.
And just always keeping boundaries and just protecting my peace at all times.
How do you pour into yourself right now?
Whew. Even though I'm struggling with that, I think the one thing that I do is pray a lot.
Yeah.
Because God has got me through a lot of things. I've overcome some health circumstances, overcome heartbreak, overcome a lot of obstacles that, you know, the devil tried to prevent me from being successful as a Black woman.
Right.
And I think that praying, journaling, and also turning to community, like my mom, friends, majority of my family, especially my godmother. I remember every Sunday I used to just, growing up, go to church with her. Even to this day, even though I don't go to church with my godmother, I still go to church. Shout out to Evolve, E-Nation.
Evolve.
Yes.
Boop, boop,
boop, boop, boop. But shout out to Pastor Kim. Like, I remember
Pastor Kim Lott.
Okay. I remember when I first came in, I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. Like, because every time I was sitting in church, you throwing scriptures at me, I can't relate. And then I remember my family was like, yo, we go to Evolve. Yeah. Like, our Pastor Ken, he got swag. He got this going on. Like, it's always community events. I remember my first, what was that, like a Wednesday night encounter? This was when he was at Vincent. And I remember just sitting there. First time I ever cried.
Yeah.
The first time I didn't ever cry. I ain't never cried in church. And he spoke something to me. I'm like, this man must have walked in my house the other day, because I swear I'm going through this same thing. And man, like I got up so many times. Like his word was so heartfelt, was so touching. So like shout out to E Nation. So if it wasn't for them, my mama and my family and the way that I grew up, I probably wouldn't be here.
And this leads you into being a advocate on UWM's campus.
Yes.
One of the larger campuses in Wisconsin. Shout out to UW Milwaukee.
Shout out to UWM.
My alma mater. Yeah. So you're a young black student leader.
Yes.
Fighting for your campus on a campus that doesn't have a whole lot of black people.
Oof. Not really. I mean, you have to go find those people. We have something called the Black Student Cultural Center. Shout out to them, too. BSCC has always created a network full of faculty and staff, but students as well, for us to connect, whether it was through game nights or just community. Like, we just had a it was like a paint and sip, or not a paint and sip, but we did like a vision board with BSU. Shout out to Tori for the BSU president.
Shout out to Tori.
She did all type of stuff this semester. Like it was so much stuff going on, especially when I came back from being on my hiatus from campus and even going to school right out of high school. Because when I came fresh out of high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie. I think like for me transitioning from high school to college, it was like, okay, I know I want to be an advocate, but I don't know what I want to do. And I think my first degree or my first major was nursing. I remember sitting in class one day and they was like, okay, so this is cultural diversity, and then this is going to take place when you are in the nursing field or in the healthcare field. And I remember like seeing blood and all stuff. I'm like, this ain't for me. I'm good. And I remember I took a hiatus, and I'm like, Mom, I don't think like school is for me. And she was like, no, it's definitely for you. You just gotta find your people, but also you gotta find what it is that you are passionate about. Right. And I think that's when my godmother was like, you love like arguing. You need to go to law school or something. And I'm like, you're right. I'm gonna do that. So I know that we needed like a 4-year degree in order to get into law school. So with the mindset that I had, the second thing that I did was like apply back to school 2 years later and was like, you know what? I'm about to go ahead and just go to business. Like I'm gonna go into business and I'm gonna just do it. I'm gonna do it all the way through. Yeah. And I remember when I first came back, I hit like a 3.6, and then spring semester came, I hit another 3.6, and I was like, I really can do this. Like maybe this was for me all along. And my mom was like, I've been told you that.
They say back to back.
Yes, back to back. Yes. What? Yes.
Dang, that's cold. So so tell me, I'm reading that UWM announced plans to consolidate 8 multicultural centers into one space.
Yeah.
So you were one of the loudest voices against it.
Absolutely.
You gotta kind of walk us through that fight, right?
Absolutely.
Like the university delayed plans after months of like the student pushback. Go through the story.
All right. So I want to say January.
Don't hold nothing back. Don't hold the punches back. We've been talking about fighting all day.
Okay. January of 2026, which was the beginning of this year. It was spring semester. Students just coming back from winter break and stuff, and we all getting like emails back to back. And I remember going into the First Generation Resource Center, and one of my friends received an email, and she's like, Cece, like, did you see this? And I'm like, no, what does the email say? And the email gave us a timeline of them trying to consolidate the multicultural and K centers. Now, the multicultural centers are the Roberto Hernandez Center, the Black Student Cultural Center, the Southeast Asian Center. And then you have the other 4 additional resource centers, which is the Women's Resource Center, First Generation Resource Center, LGBTQ, and Military and Veterans Resource Center. So I'm like, how do they intend on doing that? And they like, we just want to get a broader student base, and we want to touch everybody in the student body. And we all looking like, aren't y'all doing that with what y'all got going on now? Like, why all of a sudden a change needs to happen? Yeah. Mind you, our Chancellor, Thomas Gibson, he hasn't served a full academic year. This is probably like his second semester into UWM. He's transferred from UW Stevens Point. And we like, has he ever been a part of, like, has he ever stepped foot in the centers? And I remember I had just came back from another break because I had health issues. And I remember asking him, I'm like, has he came into the sensors yet? And everybody like, no, we haven't seen him in the sensors, like none of the sensors.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, are you serious right now? They're like, yeah. I'm like, where is he coming from? Like, what's his background? Because again, I'm just now coming back from my health break.
Right.
And they like, oh, he doing this, he doing that. Like, we don't even know what's going on right now. I'm like, so y'all just like, he didn't tell y'all in the months before that this was gonna happen. Like, this just was a surprise to y'all. It was like, yeah, this is a surprise to us as much as it is to you. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I remember there was a second email because the timeline was supposed to be where the consolidation is supposed to have the centers were closed.
Yeah.
Were supposed to be closed at the end of this semester. So that would have meant like around May-ish.
Yeah.
The centers would have closed. And then at the beginning of fall, all of the centers would have been moved from the upstairs to the downstairs and essentially been into one space. So we all sitting here like there's no floor plans and there's no data supporting why you want this to happen. And I remember they sent out a second email like 2 weeks later. They were like, we're going to have 8 input sessions. Talking about, we want to get y'all input on what the center should look like. And I remember all the students looking at me like, Cece, this is not fair. And I'm like, I know it's not. Like, y'all got to tell them that, though. You know what I'm saying? And they like, this not fair at all. I remember one of my friends was like, where's the space going to be accommodated for 8 centers? So it's the case centers. If you've ever been to UWM, it's on the forefront of the campus. So it's like right by the circle where they just renovated the Union.
Yeah.
There's already 4 sensors right there when you first walk in, but that's where they wanted to put the other 3 sensors. But if you walk through those very spaces, there is not enough space to accommodate for 3 additional resource centers.
Right.
So we like, where is this space coming from? Like, is this coming from our SEG fees? Are you going to be, increasing our tuition? Like, what's going on with that? And I remember during the 8 input sessions, all they kept doing was bringing up the fact that it's data. There's data showing that the centers are not helping. There are 12 students who keep coming up to us saying that they don't feel supported or belong. We like.
So they use data.
Yes.
They use a data excuse. They use 12 students.
Yes.
And then
it was just so many excuses.
They didn't give you any information on where the money was coming from. Hold on. Let me. We're gonna come right back with Sierra Lee, our UWM advocate. This is really interesting because UWM is highly important in our community. You're on the Grapevine with Manon, Sabir, and the Fill-Ins, the Truth Radio 101.7. Hit us up in the chat, text, and also, hey, we got a phone number too, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. We're going to pay these bills. We'll be right back.
Just want to really congratulate Mech on this very important venture that y'all on right now. I think it's real dope. I think it's real important. And I'm looking forward to listening to y'all. Usually I'll listen to talk radio at this time. But y'all is on here, and it's something that I'm looking forward to listening to. Getting some real community on that in that space.
Keep texting. Keep calling. Keep being you, Truth Nation. Milwaukee Black Talk. 101.7 The Truth.
Serious truck crash? Call Gruber Law Offices today.
If a tow truck appears on the scene minutes after your auto accident, think twice before handing them your keys. You may be the target of a common towing scam, which results in being billed several $1,000s. Don't allow any unsolicited tow operators to take your car from the scene. Consult with police or your insurance provider to contact a reputable company. Agree on the rate. And know where they are taking your vehicle. If you suspect insurance fraud, call 800-TEL-NICB. A public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Happy kids heal faster. And that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Dreaming of owning your first home? Don't settle for a fixer-upper. Build a brand new home with Milwaukee Habitat for Humanity. They partner with first-time buyers to make home ownership possible with little to no down payment and a team that's on your side every step of the way. Even if you're just starting to explore what's possible, they're here to help you take the next step. If your household earns between $55,000 and $90,000 a year, you may qualify. Visit MilwaukeeHabitat.org to learn more.
Let that ride out for a second. I like letting the music ride out. Yo, so we got Sierra Lee, UWM advocate. I mean, this is very educational too. I want to check the chat real quick before we go any further. Reginald Jones. Reginald Jones said, let's see what he said. He said, remember when the Multicultural Center was in Bolton Hall? So the Multicultural Center is in Bolton Hall?
Yep, they still in Bolton Hall. And they trying to move it from Bolton Hall to the Student Union, like the first floor, which is a major issue for a lot of students regarding, ICE and everything. So they're like, with us being a public university, there are certain areas that ICE cannot come into, and Bolton Hall is one of them because it's an academic building.
Oh, back up. Let me adjust this mic. ICE?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, you just broke the news. Okay.
So
Woosah on that. What happened? ICE?
So
UWM? What?
No,
they can come on campus?
They can, because we a public university. They can come into they can come on campus, but they have to have a judicial warrant. But like I was telling Sierra back there, we all know ICE they don't care nothing about those judicial warrants. They still gonna come and detain whoever they want to. I believe it was around the time we received an email from, or not an email, but rather news that Salah Sarsour was detained. Mm-hmm. A lot of students was like, this is exactly what we're talking about. I know that like months prior to that, we were warned, right, mm-hmm. that ICE will be in Milwaukee, but we didn't know the timeline exactly for sure. So we sitting here with campus administrators and we're like, look, like, what is your safety plan? What is your protocol for if ICE were to come onto campus and possibly detain one of your students, given the fact that a vast majority of your students are international students or BIPOC students or Black students in general. So, like, what is your plans? And they were like, oh, we can't really say, like, we have no public stance on that. We can't, like, due to certain measures or precautionary stuff. And I'm like, really? Like, I'm confused. Like, you don't have any protocol. And I remember one of the students said, each school has started their own protocol. So Peck School of the Arts has their own protocol. Maybe it's like an email that they send out to students saying, hey, it's supposed to be like, hey, I'm on my way home. That would be an alert to saying, hey, ICE is present, or hey, ICE is near the campus, stay home, or whatever the case may be. So
each school basically was like, hey, we fractionized. We don't have there's no major school UWM overall UWM protocol. So they were going to just be like, we're going to do our own thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anything to protect their students. And I'm just like, it's sad that, you keep talking. We're talking about this whole building a bridge and community engagement stuff, and you still don't want to listen to your students. I feel like each of the sessions that we've had, it's always been pan body answers. And I told them that, like, y'all keep giving us pan body answers or beat around the bush answers, like, what's going on? Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is, we have a protocol. We can't say too much because we haven't confirmed anything. But then, when you're talking about important stuff that's going to impact your students, you got to at least kind of give them a leeway or be transparent with them in some sort, Right. You can't be short with them because these students are coming from across the way or overseas to get an education, and with you being short or, not giving them the full transparency of what's going on, like, that's bad. Like you can't say that you want to hear your students out, but not incorporate students or have it student centered. You know?
Wow, that's deep. So let me ask you, so what do these centers actually mean to the students who use them?
Absolutely. So each of the student centers were created because of purposes like the Women's Resource Center was created because in a man-made world, you want to go and find support amongst women.
Yep.
So the Women's Resource Center has things called the Feminist Symposium where they host it every year. They bring a woman who is a great leader in the community, and she comes and speaks at these events and talks to women about what it's like being a leader and you know, her transition as a leader. Black Student Cultural Center, you know, we're at a PWI, so they've built that center so that students who are Black or who identify as Black can find that support in that community among staff and, you know, students. Same with the Roberto Hernandez Center. You don't have to be Mexican, Puerto Rican, or Dominican, or, you know, any of the heritage to be a part of those programs or anything like that. But they have their own unique graduation services. They also get funding from different donors. So Roberto Hernandez Center has their own set of donors. Black Student Cultural Center has their own set of donors. LGBTQ, it's the same with everything across, but each of it is unique because you're targeting certain people who identify with those centers, and the programs that they have to offer is like any other.
Dang, that's really deep. So you're basically like UWM definitely is a multicultural university, but they're trying to X out the multi.
Yep.
And just turn it into kind of culture.
Absolutely. And one thing that you can ask the students, I think there was a survey that we sent back out in, I want to say April. We asked the students, what drew you to UWM? And the one thing that they said drew them to UWM was diversity. And when they specified what about diversity, they put in their multicultural centers and the resource centers.
Whoa.
The same centers that they're trying to consolidate.
That's interesting. So the university eventually delayed the plan.
Yeah.
You think that was a win?
No. We're not telling y'all to delay it. We're telling y'all to stop
You gave
it.
that real. That's the hood side, right?
That's the hood side.
This dude over here. This person.
Are you out of your damn mind?
You're right. Are you out of your damn mind?
For real. No, for real. Like we told them, we've been saying it. I don't know. I can't emphasize it enough. The past 8 sessions we've had, we was like, reverse it. We even had it to the point where the Milwaukee delegation, Supreme Amukonde, LaTanya Johnson, Senator Dora Drake's office, Kaylin Haywood, Ryan Clancy, all of their office came on April 17th to have a meeting with both student and campus administrators to talk about the impact of the consolidation and what the plans were looking like for the near future with the campus administrators. And when I tell you they ate campus administrators up, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I didn't think that was going to happen. Like we got to tell our stories to people who can actually make a difference. And we didn't think that it would be that big. Like we really did. And as students, we were just like trying to make it where we felt heard, but we felt heard. And a lot of, you know, that feedback went straight back to campus administrators where they were like, hey, is it federal? Is it funding? Like, what's the issue? And they like, no, it's just we want to create a more inclusive, you know, environment for all students. And they were like, and how do you think that that's going to happen? We've hearing students that you aren't, you know, you haven't come into the centers until your last meeting. We've been asking for the chancellor for the past 8 sessions and the data. We still haven't received the data, but the chancellor came like the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, the centers open at 8. Nobody on campus at 8. I'm probably in bed at 8. My first class don't start till 10. And as soon as I get a call, they're like, Cece, you know, chancellor here in the office? I'm like, what you mean?
Huh?
I go straight to the office. They like, yeah, he's in Women's Resource Center now. I went to Women's Resource Center. He's like, hey, Sierra, how are you? How are you, Cece? And I'm like, oh, hey, chancellor, how are you? Like, you know, that there's no students here yet. I'm confused. Why are you here so early?
What was his excuse?
He wanted to fit time in his schedule, but the day before that, he told us that he didn't have time in his schedule. Like he doesn't have control of his schedule.
Listen,
what?
My daddy
Right.
had a saying. He was like, you know, I don't expect you to do this,
Right.
but he was a little brash. My daddy had a saying. He was like, if you can't meet him in the office, go to the bathroom. You know, like why don't you have a you can't control your schedule, but then you can control your schedule the next day? That doesn't make sense.
It was very odd. I think a lot of the students were saying, like, why was he here so early? I was like, maybe to get data, maybe, I don't know, to see if, we were utilizing the centers how we say we were. And then I think the day after that, students were like, he said that he's still consolidating because he didn't see students in the centers. I'm like, no, duh, there were no students on campus. Like, students weren't even on campus. Students come to campus around 10 a.m. Because their classes either are in session from 8 to 10 or their first class is at 10. And so that's where you're going to see a rush of students.
Right.
You're not going to see no students at 8:30 in the morning.
Who's the chancellor's name? What's his name?
Thomas Gibson.
Thomas Gibson. Hey, can you call in? Hey, somebody reach out to Tom. He lives in Milwaukee?
I think he does. I believe he does.
Hey, Thomas Gibson, Chancellor of UW Milwaukee. Please call in 833-212-1017. We want to have a little sit down and chat with you. You can text us. Or you could get on the chat. Let us know, Mr. Thomas Gibson of UWM. Oh, so is the fight still going on the heels of calling Thomas Gibson out?
The fight will still be going.
It's still going. It's still going on now?
Yeah. They are trying to. So they want us to use the words co-locate instead of consolidate now.
Oh,
so what that means?
Easier, yeah, right.
Exactly.
Same definition.
Same definition. I told Chancellor Gibson. I said, you do realize that because you're saying co-location, students are still going to look at it as consolidation, regardless of how you word it. And so he was like, yeah, but I just want them to know that I'm here for them. I said, you can't say that you're here for them, but also not try to listen to what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like, because the issue is we're having y'all listening, but we're not getting anywhere. And y'all seem like y'all are listening to respond rather than listening to understand. And that's been the motto the whole semester. Listen to understand, not listen to respond. And Chancellor Gibson is just like, I believe this is going to be a lot better. You all can be in community more. You all can be close-knit. I'm like, that's going to, what is your safety protocol for ICE? Like, what is your safety protocol in general? Like, are you listening to students? Are you hearing students out? And that he's just like, we're listening. We're taking the time to reread everything and go over the 8 sessions that we've put with you all. And I'm like,
and ICE has been on the campus.
ICE hasn't been on campus,
Not
but
yet.
It's still that fact that students feel like, what if? This is a what if kind of thing. Like, what if ICE? Because at any moment, we can all be in class and be on our way out, and ICE can automatically just start detaining people left to right.
Yeah. And their protocols are getting a little bit more harsh.
Oof.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dang, that's crazy. Hey, we with Sierra Lee, UWM advocate, and she is telling us about UWM. Yeah. Hey, stay tuned. You're on the Truth Radio 101.7. Call in, text, do what you got to do. We're going to pay these bills.
Hi, I'm Priscilla Presley. My love for animals began when I was 5 years old. That sparked a lifelong commitment to speak up for animals who can't speak for themselves. Elvis and I supported American Humane Society because your compassion can change a life. American Humane Society strengthens the bond between humans and animals. Please visit AmericanHumane.org to learn more. Thank you.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality healthcare and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Media mogul Byron Allen's been busy lately. He recently announced his takeover of BuzzFeed, buying a majority stake and becoming chairman and CEO. He's also taking over the time slot vacated by Stephen Colbert on CBS across the nation weeknights at 11:30.
He's had these syndicated comedy programs that run local stations for years. Comics Unleashed, in particular, is the one that's going to be in the Colbert spot. This has been going on for 20 plus years, I think. He invites comedians on. He's had some of the earliest appearances with people who are big names today.
That's Chris Palmieri, who covers the entertainment space for Bloomberg News and has interviewed Allen before. And his show airing in that prime late night slot is a callback to Allen's own beginnings. His big break was an appearance on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson.
He was 16 years old. Yeah, you can find it on YouTube. Maybe you'll find it on BuzzFeed now.
I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Oh, that's that. You got to turn that up a little bit. I know we got Al on the line. Al, hold on for a second. This is Sierra's theme song. When you walk around, you walk around UWM campus and you looking for them grades.
Yes.
Yeah, and
yes.
you run into the chancellor because you gonna see. You gotta just hop into his office and be like,
It's crazy because everybody know me for having headphones on when I'm around campus.
Yeah, you gotta have a boom box like Radio Raheem off of Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. Yeah, you gotta have like 4 double D batteries. Hey, look, we got Sierra Lee, UWM advocate, man. She's telling us about how they're trying to take away our multicultural centers at UW Milwaukee. We got Al on the line. We're going to go to the phone lines. We got Al. Al, talk to us, man.
You know, I heard you bring up ICE. You know, ICE has been nothing but a inspection of herpes and syphilis. And a lot of the people who was calling for ICE to be here is undereducated because they didn't want to think. Because majority of the millionaires who got their money and their wealth got it from hiring migrants. But the people who called for ICE to be here never got mad at the people was hiring them. But you ask them same people about ICE that's raping these women and where them babies at, they don't got nothing to say. And then you got the black people screaming about ICE, and we call them sand monkeys because they don't want to work. They just want to sit and get a handout but be the first to barbecue on the front porch. It's nothing but a big disaster. But what irritates me the most is every politician that stood up against ICE been women, okay? I ain't seen no black, well, let me take that back because the black man in Chicago, he stood 10 toes down. But I ain't heard nobody here in Milwaukee stand up against ICE.
Al,
all the people I see, like what the hell is going on? But I bet you they'll stand up against somebody that's black, but I forgot. They don't respect us as blacks, but they'll kiss the white man's ass. Okay, y'all have a good day. I'll hang up and listen to your reply.
Hey, listen, Al, you come in and you got you hit us. Yeah, you hit us with the zingers.
Oof.
I
didn't know where we was headed with that one.
Hey, look, but tell me about ICE though. Like, I want to dig into that a little more because you said they're allowed on the campus or not allowed on the campus?
They're allowed on campus.
They're allowed on the campus.
Not allowed in certain buildings?
Certain buildings, yeah.
So academic buildings is off limits. from what I was told, they can't come into academic buildings, which is Bolton Hall, Lubar School of Business, all of those buildings, Holton Hall, Johnston Hall, but they can come into like any open space. And on the government relations page, when we reached out to government relations from campus administrators, we were like, hey, like, do y'all have a protocol? They referred us to the government relations page, and it shows you the difference between public spaces and private spaces. And what was surprising was on the public spaces, they show you that ICE is allowed in the lobbies of the resource centers, or just in general, the main lobby areas. They're allowed in the bathrooms. They're allowed in some of the other buildings. But the private areas that they're not allowed in, I believe, is the academic buildings, as well as your dorm. So if you have a dorm or you're staying on campus, they're not allowed in there, or they're not allowed in the offices of those lobbies. So they can go back where there's locked access without a judicial warrant.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And ICE right now is rounding up everybody.
Yep.
So you're navigating student government, university administration, and real community pressure all at once.
Absolutely.
How do you handle that with your age?
I try to handle it by putting up boundaries when I can. I think, again, I'm gonna go back to a saying that my mom used to say, how can you pour from an empty cup?
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be willing to give something back to yourself. And so I rely heavily on my community, heavily on my mom, but also just this past week, I had my friends blow my phone down because I didn't tell them, like, hey, like, I'm about to go on break. But I had to shut my phone off. Like, I was tired. So I caught up on rest just because this semester has been always just, like, running, on go, boots on the ground. And that rest was very well needed. Like, it was very well needed. But also, as stated earlier, I pray. Like, I'm a praying woman. I'm going to turn to God before anything. So I got to give a shout out to my God.
Where you get that from? Where you get the prayers from? Like, who's the ancestor or the person who kind of reminds you to, like, yo, you got to go to God?
My godmother.
Yeah.
Like, every Sunday, never fails, I'm going to get a call from my godmother, and we praying on the phone. My mom, we're praying. Like, community members sending out prayers. Like, I get it from all across. Like, both friends, family. Like, my friends will stop me and be like, Cece, let's go. We about to pray. And I'm like, really? They like, yeah, we about to pray. Like, come on. You always put God first. Like, we about to pray right now. So, you know, I'll just pray. I stay prayed up. I stay with a shield around me.
That's dope. And your friends, too.
Absolutely. Always.
You want to shout out your friends real quick?
Shout out Naomi. Shout out Adriana. Shout out all my friends and fam over at UWM, Ontario, everybody. Shout out Robert for sure. I love Robert. That's my best friend. Ace Boom Coon.
Next time when we got the chancellor on, you got to bring them in.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, we going to roll on the chancellor, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Got to make them boots shake for a minute.
Yes.
So what's the thing happening on college campuses right now that Milwaukee doesn't talk enough about?
Man, mental health. Mental health is a huge one. We could talk about the stigma all we want. We can, say how big it is, but it's another thing when you show up in community. It's another thing when you showing up to the campuses with the resources. I don't think it's enough resources in Milwaukee, period, for mental health to deal with. I believe wholeheartedly that food scarcity is not talked about, as well as safety on campus. It's been a lot of, safety issues going on campus. Just this past month, a student had a gun in his dorm and had to be, taken to jail for that. And nobody knew about it until like the week or the day after something was said. And everybody was just like, what are we doing about that? I just think that a lot of things that need to be talked about aren't being talked about. I feel like we put so much. I feel like when it comes to retention, and I have to say this, Manon, when it comes to retention, you can't talk heavily about the censors. You have to talk about the professors, the faculty. The faculty experience is the student experience. You have to talk about the food scarcity, tuition costs, mental health, safety. You can't expect these students to live off of bread and water all their lives. You just can't. And you can't expect these students to be pushing through without that community. That's why those censors are there, So you can't just say, oh, we're going to consolidate everything. If you're not talking about the real issues behind why the retention rate is so high in our school. And it's because of mental health. It's because of safety. It's because of that lack of basic humanity. It's a lot of people, and there's a lot of students who are saying that they lack that housing need. It's a lot of unhoused students all across campus. It's insane.
How important is UWM to Milwaukee? You know, you got a lot of people who are, you know, doing they're not going into universities as much because there's a competition with trade, and actually I think it's not necessarily competition, it's a co-op. And so it's a cooperation with trade schools and stuff like that. But in terms of speaking about UWM, how important is UWM to Milwaukee?
It's a huge pillar in Milwaukee. It's a lot of people in the community that I come across, and they like, oh yeah, I heard of UWM, or I went to UWM. My cousin was UWM. My sister, like, it's so highly connected. Like, everybody in the community knows about UW Milwaukee. I can't name one place that I could go into without repping my shirt or repping my school, and they not say that they know somebody that went there or know somebody that go there. Like, it's a biggest pillar, and a lot of our funding is coming from the community. That's the crazy part.
Really?
Yes, and it's crazy to me because it's like y'all was talking about the retention, but y'all didn't talk to the community too, because a lot of people fail to realize that when we talk about stakeholders and shareholders, when I was in business class, they shout out to Dr. Freimark, my business professor.
Shout out to Dr. Freimark.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He told me that the stakeholders are like the consumers. They are the ones that support. They are the ones that, are going to be affected the most by it. But they also can become the shareholders, right? Yeah. The shareholders are those who are, putting in the fees, the money, and the donors. Most importantly, when you're not talking to the very people who are being impacted by that, which is your shareholders and your stakeholders, then you have a big, huge mess on your hands. And now you have to answer to those people and not just the students anymore.
Dang, that's deep. That's really deep. Hey, we're going to pay some bills. You're on the Grapevine, Manon Sabir and the fill-ins on the Truth Radio 101.7. Let's pay these bills. All I really want to know, they don't really care about us.
What's the word, Milwaukee? It's your favorite producer, Mech. Don't just check in. Tap in with Jazz Tyler.
Tap in. We are live and direct Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. And I am your host, Jazz Tyler. This platform is for the youth, the voices of the city. We are here to remind the world that your voice matters. Hit us up, tap in, and let us know what's on your mind, because the time is now. Tap in.
My name is Emma. I am 13 years old. 6 years ago, I was injured in a car accident that left me paralyzed from the waist down. Once I completed rehab, my mom applied for a canine companion service dog. Last January, I finally got to meet my service dog, Marcia. We quickly developed a very strong bond. Together, we go to my horseback riding lessons, school band practice, swim meets, and archery classes. Together, we pick vegetables, and we like to cut flowers. I love Marcia. She makes me feel like together we can do anything. I can't imagine life without her. She's a part of the family. We are just one of the thousands of teams Canine Companions has paired together over the past 50 years. With your help, we can continue for another 50. Visit canine.org to see the many ways you can change lives.
I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Still think you're going to use those old chemicals just sitting around under the sink, in the garage, or down in the basement? We're talking things like old antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, propane cylinders, and pesticides. So don't let them sit there. Get rid of them right away to MMSD's Home Hazmat Drop-Off Centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. There are 3 locations open year-round. Let's clean up Milwaukee.
When you get a diagnosis of Parkinson's disease, things get real.
And nobody understands that better than the Parkinson's Foundation. All across the country, we provide resources and support in the fight against Parkinson's, a neurological disease that affects movement.
The Parkinson's Foundation is dedicated to improving care and advancing research towards a cure.
And when you call our helpline, you'll speak to a real person who can help you find the right information. Because while living with Parkinson's can be challenging, there are things you can do to improve your quality of life. So, whether you're newly diagnosed, have been living with Parkinson's for years, or caring for a loved one,
When Parkinson's gets real, find real answers at the Parkinson's Foundation.
go to parkinson.org or call our helpline at 1-800-4PD-INFO, 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
Man, we got background vocals for Tacos and Tequila Festival Saturday, May 30th at Franklin Field. Featuring live performances by Rick Ross, the boss, Genuine Soulja Boy, Frankie J, Mims, Petey Pablo, Jaquan, and Milwaukee's very own Big Frank. It's Milwaukee's biggest throwback party of the summer, all for $29. There will be craft margaritas, Milwaukee's best taco vendors, authentic Lucha Libre wrestling, and an exotic car showcase, a Chihuahua beauty pageant. I want to see that. Art installations, and so much more. Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th. Get your tickets now at tacosandtequilafestival.com. For real, Rick Ross, Genuine Soulja Boy, Frankie J. Mims, Petey Pablo, Jaquan, and Milwaukee's very own, if I didn't say it enough, Big Frank. Big Frank, you got to come out and get it in, baby. So we have Sierra Lee, our UWM advocate. We're gonna open up the phone lines though. Okay. We got anybody on the phone?
Nope.
All right, cool. So listen. I had a question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want your legacy to be at UWM?
Oh, that's crazy that you asked that.
Go deep. It's okay.
I want to be known for someone who stood behind her people, like the voice of the people. I want people to understand that I was the advocate. I actually stood on business. I want to be known as someone who they could call when 2, 3, 4, 5 years later down the line, they need somebody and they like, oh, we know who to call. And somebody, as soon as they say my name, they like, oh, never mind. We don't need those problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to be known as that person where y'all could call me and be like, hey, we got issues right now. Can you help us? And I'll come running. Like,
yeah,
that's who I want to be known as. I want to leave my footprint for real.
Who do you get that from?
Who? My mama.
Yeah.
I got to keep saying it because, like, my mama didn't play.
Yeah.
Like, I take majority of everything that I do from my mom, like, all the way down to the mannerisms. Like, my mama don't play. She stand on business. If it's what she said, that's what she said. She stood on what she said. She's not taking it back. She's not, she's always fought for her kids, always fought for those around her. Like, she was really big on advocating. So I really take from her.
What law school do you want to go to?
Either want to go to Texas Southern or Howard, or I've been looking at some in Chicago. So
Texas Southern has, is it a Thurgood Marshall?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're Thurgood Marshall. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Or Howard. You want to go out to D.C.?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
You ready?
Heck yeah. Always got to be ready.
Why law?
Since I was young, I always had the passion for, like, advocating, but also I was always good at arguing. Always had good, like, comebacks with evidence. Like, every time I'm like, well, that's not what you said at 5 o'clock on February 20th, 2024. Like, I'm on that. Like, my mama used to always be like, girl, like, be quiet. Stop talking too much. You talking. And I'm like, Ma, no, because I feel like when I was younger, I didn't have that voice until I got to high school. Like, I was bullied all majority of my elementary and middle school life. Like, I didn't really have that many friends. I only had like 2 or 3 friends growing up. And then, once I found that voice, because my mom was putting me in programs like Pathways to College when they had it at the time, Lake Valley Camp, which is now Peak Initiative, and all of these other, leadership development programs that they now trying to take away, which is why I have these youth out here doing what they doing. I realized how important and valuable that stuff was, and I had to take that stuff serious. And so I just started, implementing some of that into my life and taking away from what I learned then and implementing it to now.
Real quick, talk about the teen takeovers.
Oof.
It's been, they got like a gang load of cities now that people are doing teen takeovers.
I mean, when you're looking at the current administration, right, there's a lot of federal funding being taken away. And when we're talking about funding, that funding is also geared towards youth initiatives. I remember when they had the Fresh Empire parties going on, like even though it was wild, we were still out of trouble, right? But when you taking those type of resources away from these youth, this is what you get in result of that. And that's why it's very imperative that residents and community members get civically engaged and be hounding their common council, hound the people that you elect into office, because when you elect these people into office, this is what you get in return. People who are not willing to advocate for you sometimes, and people who are not willing to speak verbatim on how you feel, let alone the youth. When I look around in the common council, don't get me wrong, I see a lot of our representation, but I don't see youth representation at all.
So, you think that the common council should have youth mentees as like young common council members regularly?
Absolutely.
Sitting in the common council meetings?
Absolutely. I feel like if they involved youth in some way, shape, or form, shout out to Charlotte Moore, because she did Urban Underground. So I'm going to give her flowers.
The homie.
Okay? Like when you have women like Charlotte Moore who are willing to put the youth in and, integrate them with her as well as anybody else that's willing to go to bat for them, then you will actually see that these youth have a lot to talk about. Just a few weeks ago, we had our NAACP Youth Council meeting, and a lot of those youth were in there speaking about how education is corrupt, how they're not getting the resources they need. Violence is at an all-time high, and you can see the frustration when they talk about it. But when you not involving the youth in the conversation, much like what's going on at UWM, when you're not putting the students at the center of every conversation, this is what you get in return. This is they cry out for help.
This is deep.
Yeah.
This is really deep. I think you're onto something. I think that there's something deeper than what you're digging into.
Absolutely.
You got an army around you, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah. Keep that army around you, because man, they gonna need you.
Absolutely.
And you gonna need them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're part of it though. We joining in. Truth Nation, we joining in.
Hey.
Ain't y'all? Y'all joining in?
Love y'all.
Yeah. So we advocating for you to go into law.
Absolutely.
And represent us as best you possibly can.
Absolutely. You already got my word for it.
All right. Where can we find you?
Y'all can find me on Instagram at Siedabaddy, SIEDABADDIE, or you can find me on Facebook, CCSIE Noel, NOELLE.
Or you can start trouble at UWM.
Yep. Or you can come bother at me at UW Milwaukee. Okay. Absolutely.
Yes. All right, y'all. Thank you, CC. I really appreciate you.
Absolutely.
I want to thank all of our guests. We had a bunch of some callers. We had a bunch of people on the chat. Brother Ajamou Butler from Hill to Hood, CC from UWM, a real life advocate. And thank you. I really, really appreciate you. Tell your mom, thank you so much for, pouring into you. We all will thank the community. You just the Truth Radio. Listen, if you ain't got nothing to say, don't say nothing at all. Make sure you breathe, take a breath, love on the people around you, because, the next day isn't promised. So I'm going to go hug on my granddaddy in Illinois fresh after this, and 92 years old. Let's go see what he got going. Love y'all. We signing off. I'm going to pass it on to our lovely host, Jazz. Thank you. Peace.
Just want to really congratulate Mech on this very important venture that y'all on right now. I think it's real dope. I think it's real important, and I'm looking forward to